What is good? What is good, y'all? NBA draft. Actually, one of the most anticipated drafts in quite some time for me personally. I don't know what it is. There's just something about this NBA draft that's got me extremely hyped. I'd love to hear if that's the same thing for y'all, but welcome in. Welcome in. Let me pull up my chat to the side. Also, my camera is like clipping the bottom of my monitor a little bit. It's kind of better. We'll just go with it. What's good, y'all? How we feeling? NBA draft in 15 minutes. Leading into the draft, I'm gonna do a little mock draft over on the side. Right now, this is kind of gonna be our setup for a majority of the stream. It's gonna be me. It's gonna be the ESPN. What side is it on? It's over here. It's over there. The ESPN like lister of the picks and things like that, so that can go ahead and keep you updated. I'm gonna tweet out real quick the link to the stream. So let me go ahead and do that before I forget. But how we doing? How you feeling? How much for that 1 of 1 Thunder jacket? 1 of 100 is not 1 of 1, but that thing's priceless to me. Shout out to Fanatics again for sending that over. Everything sound good? Audio? How we feeling? Things all right? Just checking in real quick. Yes, Corey. Thunder 2027 champs. We're bouncing back. We're gonna bounce back. Let me hold on to just get this up. Okay, on Twitter. Live now. Come watch the Thunder build towards 2027 champs. Okay. Is it not? Why is it not letting me tweet? Hello? Don't you just love how broken Twitter is nowadays? Okay. There we go. Okay. All right, there we go. Tweet out the link. What is going on? How's your day? Day's been good, Dakota. Just kind of been anticipating the NBA draft. Going through the AirPod mic, there's a chance that that's what it is. Nope, it's actually...
Okay. Yeah, I should sound a lot better now. It was going through my webcam that I'm not even using. So that's if the audio didn't sound good, that was the problem. Brendan, appreciate you, my guy, as always. Appreciate the love. Morez at 12, Demon Presti. Yeah, man, I'd love Morez Johnson at 12. If y'all want to know kind of some guys that I like at number 12, we can go ahead. Let's do a mock draft real quick. Let's go ahead and get it going. Let's start off this stream by doing a full mock draft. Let me go ahead and switch the secondary screen real quick. Let's add another... Audio isn't good. It should be. It should absolutely be better now. I was using my garbage webcam mic, so that was the problem. I'm doing good. Kane, how are you, man? Ben Fanatic owns you, little bro. I mean, to be honest, yeah, he kind of does. Kind of just cooks me, to be honest. I cannot show the draft when it starts. Mark, I will get copyright struck, but I've got the picks pulled up over to the side here so that y'all can kind of see what's going on. I'm going to commentate through it, all that stuff. Like we're going to do, kind of the typical stream setup, which I know I say this every year, but I genuinely do want to stream more this year. Like genuinely throughout the summer, playing some like the daily like new NBA games that continue to come out, maybe going back and watching old games. I kind of want to go back and watch the Thunder Spurs series and talk a little bit about what I think went wrong in that matchup and go through that type of thing. Like, let me know if that's some stuff you'd be interested in, but that is something that I absolutely would like to do. Sanak to the Warriors at 11. There's just no way. There's no way. Later in the draft, if they go ahead and they grab another pick, then maybe. Boldest prediction for the night. I don't know if I have anything like too bold. I do think the Thunder take both 12 and 17. I don't think they trade up. I honestly don't think any trade ups happen in the top 10, probably, even maybe beyond. It's like the end of the lottery. I feel like this is one of those years where we hear a lot about it, but it doesn't end up happening. Okay, let me go ahead and switch the tab that I'm sharing real quick so we can go ahead and do a quick mock draft so I can kind of give you my thoughts. Okay, so let's pull this up. So this is the No Ceilings mock draft simulator. This is a really good tool, by the way. Like, even though draft season is about to be over, like, highly recommended going forward. Shout out to my guys over at No Ceilings. They do some really good work. Let me resize this for y'all so it looks good. That should be good right there. Okay, so let's talk about the mock draft. Kind of where do I think things are going to go going into this draft? I don't expect a John Morant trade to happen tonight, Pax. No, I think that's closer to free agency. So I do think AJ Dybantsa is going to go number 1. Wizards. That just played a loud noise in my headphones. I am actually deaf now. Okay, that might just continue to happen to me. It's fine. I do it for y'all. But AJ Dybantsa is going to go number 1 to the Wizards. I'm going to be shocked if he doesn't. It just feels like there was a little bit of the Darryn Peterson smoke, but we've reached a point where AJ, you know, a 6'9", 6'10" wing that can handle the ball, guard skills. Darryn Peterson, I think, might be my number 1 in the draft. The more that I've watched of him, the more that I've thought about it. But I do think that Dybantsa is going to go number 1, which means I think Darryn Peterson. I think Cam Boozer goes number 3. Anybody is shocked by that? Can I actually make it so y'all can see the draft order over on the side there? That was too small. Maybe not. What if I zoom out a little bit? Nope, that just made it worse. We're figuring this out on the fly. Okay, you can kind of see it over on the side there. Dybantsa falling to 11. I've heard a lot of rumblings that Dybantsa should fall to 12. There's like character concerns and stuff like that. So I think sending him to the Oklahoma City Thunder is, you know, the only punishment that's proper. Caleb Wilson is going to. I really don't think the draft starts till like number 8. I feel pretty certain that Keaton Wagler goes to the Clippers, although I do think Mikal Brown Jr. could end up going here, but I think they're going to keep Wagler. I think it's Mikal Brown Jr. at 6 to the Nets, then Darius Acuff at 7 to the Kings. And then that's when the NBA draft really starts. I don't know who the Hawks are going to go with. It feels like it could be Kingston Flemings. I think it could be Adai Mara. I think maybe it could be Merez, but I think it's more likely that it's Mara if they go with one of those guys. No one really else down here. Like, I mean, maybe Nate Ament could go with this spot. Nate Ament's kind of like the wild card in this draft. Thoughts on Allen Graves? I think he's going to be really solid in the NBA. Not like the highest ceiling in the world, but I'm going to be pretty shocked if he doesn't turn into a solid role player. I honestly feel like probably like the Spurs or like the Sixers and kind of like that 20s-ish range is going to be where he goes. Kareem Lopez, I saw Kane ask about Kareem. I think Kareem could very well go in the lottery. It's just a matter of where does he land. He also has a crazy range. He could go a bunch of different spots. Kill that sound. Are y'all hearing the sound too? The sound is playing through it. How do I mute this tab? Okay, I didn't realize y'all were also hearing the sound. Yeah, the sound is deafening me every time. We are on the same page here. I do not want the sound. Let me see if I can find on the site. No trades have happened yet. No ceilings. My guys, where is the mute the sound button? Because it is kind of blowing my eardrums out entirely. How do I mute a tab? You think as someone who does like YouTube and is like on the computer all the time for his living, he'd know how to do this. The sound is crazy. That's what I'm saying. What is going on? How do I mute a tab? Well, okay, I'm Googling off to the side. How do I mute a tab? Google Chrome. This is embarrassing. This is actually devastating. Right-click the tab playing audio, mute site. Oh, well, that's easy. Okay, no more sound. We should be good now. Okay, moving on now to the next. It's not loud. Okay, well, it's loud for me. It's actually deafening me every time I hear it. But at number 8, if I had to predict, I think the Hawks go Kingston Flemings. I think they go Kingston Flemings. He's really, really fun. They need some guard play. They kind of need a guard of the future. So I like Flemings for the Hawks there. I think Braden Burris probably goes number 9 to Dallas. Number 10, I do think the Bucks are going to take Nate Ament. There's been a lot of reports that don't stop with the unk. I am 26 years old, which, by the way, I'm seeing everybody talk about like Yaxel Lendenborg is like a senior citizen in this year's draft. And I'm sitting here at 26 years old and I'm like, yeah, it kind of hurts a little bit. Chill out. It is crazy, by the way. If you're not like older than a majority of draft prospects yet, when you reach that point, you do feel like the oldest person on the planet. I think 10 is Nate Ament. I do think that the Bucks can afford to take the swing after they trade Giannis. It's still there. Y'all can still hear the sound. Sound isn't muted for you? Okay. Maybe we'll just talk through it. Nate Ament at 10. Or maybe let me do like Fanspo mock draft. Don't put all caps, damn you old. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Let's do. Okay, here we go. Let me go ahead and switch tabs. We're doing the Fanspo one. Because I don't think there's a sound on here. So, do it again. AJ Dybantsa goes number 1. Did I talk about Giannis? Not really, no. Haven't really talked much about Giannis. It's crazy. I mean, I made a full video yesterday, and I'm sure we'll talk about it in this stream because it's going to be a long stream for sure. Native meant to Dallas. I could see it. I just think it's more likely that we see Braden Burries at that spot. I just think Burries is such a good fit there. I mean, I really want him in Oklahoma City, to be honest. He is one of my favorite guys that the Thunder could land. I'm not expecting the Thunder to trade up. Andrew Sellers, perfect timing, asking me who do I want the Thunder to get. Braden Burries is one of my top guys in this draft. I think he's going to be so sick. I'd love for them to grab him. It's the same thing with Merez Johnson, Yaxel Lendenborg, although I really don't think Yax goes top like 15. I think he's going to slip a little bit. So the Thunder could get him at 17. I think it's more likely that Merez goes at 12, and I like his game a lot. Other guys, Dalen Swain, I'm a big fan of. I do think Adine Barra is really, really interesting. I don't know if the Thunder will take him or if he'll be available when he gets the Thunder's pick, but he is someone I could absolutely see the Thunder taking. I wouldn't even mind like a LeBaron Philon at 17, just a little bit more shot creation. What player to what team excites me the most? I mean, it's a cop out to say the top three guys. So just trying to go down the board a little bit. I mean, really, I can't talk about the Thunder. I was going to mention some Thunder fits, but I can't. I do think Keaton Wagler to the Clippers is really interesting. Him and Garland as that backcourt going forward is going to be really fun. I do think Braden Burries to the Mavericks is like such a good fit. I think that's a really, really good spot for him to land. Going down the board, Cameron Carr. I mean, I think the Miami Heat should be, or obviously the Heat can't get him anymore. I mean, but the Bucks should be all over a guy like Cameron Carr. I think he's just going to fit with pretty much any player that becomes part of that young core. I really like Cam Carr's game a lot. I think he'd be really, really fun at number 17 for the Thunder, but I think he could go, kind of around that 12, 13, 14-ish range. I honestly like Steinbach a lot to the Charlotte Hornets as well as like a big that can space the floor a little bit. That's really talented. They need an upgrade in the front court. And I think him, if he really pans out like a him and Kalkbrenner front court of the future, the size there is going to be overwhelming. Going down the board a little bit, I mean, Isaiah Evans to any team that just wants to add a little bit of shooting. Alan Graves, if the Sixers just want to add some more size in the front court, I think he is a really good fit. And of course, him to the Spurs also makes a lot of sense. And then we kind of get to like second round guys. I'm interested to see where Quentin goes. He's one of those guys where, from what I've heard, the medicals are not phenomenal on JQ, and he's someone that obviously could go pretty high if that wasn't the case. Sub between McHale or Wagler to the Clippers. I do think it's going to be Wagler. I'm going to be kind of surprised if it's not Wagler to the Clippers. AJ will have a better rookie season than Coop. And no, I don't think so, because he's going to go to Washington, and there's just a lot of guys that are going to have the ball in their hands, whether it is Trae Young, it's Alex Sarr, it's Trey Johnson, Anthony Davis. I think AJ is going to be really effective. Like, I don't think he's going to take a long time. He's going to be good from day one is basically what I'm trying to get at, but he's not going to put up the raw statistical output that Cooper Flagg did, where he's dropping like 50 points. That's just not going to happen. Nobody in this class, I don't believe, is going to have a better rookie season than Cooper Flagg, who genuinely, between him and Con Knipple, they had two of the best rookie seasons I've ever seen. Those guys just destroyed all expectations. Will a star player get traded during the draft like Trey Murphy or Kawhi Leonard? I don't believe so. I know there's been some reports about that, but I just can't see it. Peterson winning Rookie of the Year, I mean, wouldn't shock me. I honestly think if I had to like predict Rookie of the Year right now, it's probably Cam Boozer, because him going to with him going to Memphis, like he's from day one just going to be like in a spot where he like John Morant's going to be gone. He's not really going to have anybody competing for the ball. Audio sounds bad. Does the audio sound bad to anybody else? Should be good. Should be fine. A little bit. Okay. Draft is starting soon here. We consider the Wizards make the wrong choice and go with Peterson because of fit. I don't even really think Peterson's the wrong choice. But I think they're going to go AJ. I'd be shocked if they don't go AJ. No, I don't think Darren's going to avoid the Jazz. I mean, we saw the same stuff with Ace Bailey last year. It really never comes to fruition. Damn. Throat's getting at me. All right, y'all. NBA draft. It is officially 8 p.m. We are heading towards it. Let me switch back over to the draft tracker. Here we go. Congrats, by the way, to any Knicks fans, NBA champs. Congrats to y'all. No, I don't think Jalen Brown's going to get traded tonight. I don't see it. No, I don't think the Thunder are going to trade the pick. I think OKC is going to end up taking 12 and 17. I think getting the Aaron Wiggins trade done prior to which, by the way, Thunder legend Aaron Wiggins. Can we just get a moment for him? Uh, but I do believe by getting that trade done before the draft, that was partially to open up some roster space to bring in a couple of rookies in case they aren't able to trade up. I think they're certainly trying to, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Thunder are going to take two guys. Any prospects y'all like in the draft that maybe I haven't talked about, or just anybody that you think is going to be like, who is one of your guys in the draft? I'm always curious to hear who people's guy is in the draft. Whether it's someone you want your team to take, just a guy you're really high on. Are you a Darryn Peterson, AJ, or Cam Boozer guy? It's time to let Lou go. I think there's a real shot. We've seen the last of Lou Dort in Oklahoma City, which is going to be really, really sad if that's the case. Of course, Lou, NBA champion, Thunder legend, been here since day one. Like the outside of Shea, the longest tenured player of the roster. Zuby's fun. Nate Ament, interesting. I've not really seen any Nate Ament guys. I do like Graves as well. Swain, big fan of Swain. I don't think that guy's in the draft this year. I think he's a next year player. Phylon, I like Phylon too. It's some of the stuff I've been seeing is that Phylon might fall into like the 20s, and that's going to be kind of crazy if that's the case. Hope Lou doesn't go. We'll see, man. We'll see. All right, NBA draft is kicking off. It's going to be AJ number one, unless something crazy happens. I've got to sneeze. I'm muting real quick. I'll save y'all. You're welcome. Ugh. What do you think of OKC trades the 12th and 17th with Isaiah Joe to Dallas for the ninth pick? I don't think you have to give up that much. I think if you did 12 and 17, there's a good chance you could jump up. I would definitely not want to give up 12, 17, and Isaiah Joe. That'd be too much for me. Nah, David. I don't think we see any blockbuster trades. I mean, you could have just said the bless you without the unk process, but I appreciate you. All right. I don't have my Twitter noties up or anything like that, so I'm not gonna get spoiled by Shams, hopefully, unless he like literally breaks into my apartment and manages to do it. And honestly, with the persistence Shams has with some of these trade and really draft spoilers, sometimes there's a chance he does that. You're pressing the phone, tell him to trade it for number one. I can try, man. I can try. I'll call him up. All right, real quick. Let me know your team. Who do you want them to draft? Assuming if you're not super tuned into the draft, don't just put AJ Dybantsa. But like, let me know if you're tuned in. Who's someone that you want your favorite team to grab? Either going to sign D'Lo if the Wizards waive him. He's currently a Wizard. I do not have Shams. Or do I have Shams muted on ESPN? Oh, you mean like the app notification? I mean, little bit of like behind the scenes. I'm using my phone as my camera for this. I've done that like forever, so I don't have my phone like on me. It's nowhere here. So that is a great call, Mike. That's a great call. That's actually what I first saw when the Aaron Wiggins trade happened. Was I got the ESPN notification? All right, the Washington Wizards are officially on the clock. Officially on the clock. The Washington Wizards. We'll see who they end up drafting. I mean, who knows, guys? Who could it possibly be? Don't mind me. I'm just tweeting. Who will the Warriors draft? I think if Burries falls, I think it could be Braden Burries. I could see a Mara. I could see Yaxel Lendenborg. I could see looking back at just the people kind of in that range. Merez, like maybe Bennett Sturts, if they really wanted to go at the higher end of that range. That's kind of it to me. Like Cam Carr, if they really wanted to take a little bit of a, make sure he doesn't end up going past them, like a little bit of a swing. I get not really a swing because he feels like a pretty ready-made player to me. Who's a sleeper in this draft? It depends what range you're talking. I'm such a big fan of Dalen Swain, though. I think he's awesome. He's a wing out of Texas. Do I think that he can land Westbrook, Middleton, and Clay? They certainly could land those guys. Don't know if they should fully go retirement home on the bench. Honestly, I think they should go after like an Anthony Simons. Javon Carter is a free agent. I'd like him there. Gary Trent Jr. I think is a free agent at this point. Yeah, Mike. Hopefully, this is the year that the Thunder don't have someone who's just completely out their rookie season because it happens way more than someone might think. The Wizards aren't going to take Peterson. The Wizards are going to take Dybantsa. Although maybe you're cooking and I'm wrong. Always a possibility. I'm closing some tabs. I need to make sure not to close the tab that I'm live streaming on, or it's going to be very, very awkward. Yeah, we're good. We survived. Unction alert of me? Do I think one of these top 10 picks will be a bust? I mean, just statistically, unction for the Heat. Okay, not me. I'm too used. Don't just keep calling me on. I understand I'm 26 years old. It's not that old. Yeah, I mean, statistically, someone's gonna miss in the top 10. Like statistically, yeah, it's probably. Go ahead, refresh this page real quick. Just there you go. Shows you who's on the clock. Lakers take who? Um, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of bigs around that range. I wouldn't mind Alan Graves to be honest if he falls, but I'm not sure if he's going to make it that far. All right, pick is in. Who could it possibly be? It's going to be AJ. It's going to be AJ. I see some people talking about Russ on a vet min. I just don't think so. Keaton Wagler's a certified bust. I kind of rock with Keaton Wagler. I kind of rock with him. 2021 or 2023 draft? 2023 is kind of sick. Am I going to go to summer league? Probably not this year. I'm not certain yet. I'm still trying to figure it out, but probably not just because I already have a lot going on like in a few months. I'm getting married in September, so I've got a lot of time where I'm going to be away. I mean, I guess it's kind of like work. I look like I have a kid, 3 nephews, and maybe a 12-year-old dog. No kids. I do have a couple of nephews. I don't have a 12-year-old dog though. Back home, my family dog's 8. I hate how close you kinda got. Okay, I don't know why they're dragging this out on the broadcast. They're just talking about, like, the Wizards. "Oh, how could AJ fit there?" Just let us know it's AJ. For the Kings to draft, I think it's gonna be Darius Acuff, and I think that's a really good pick. I like Darius Acuff a lot for them. Appreciate the congratulations on the marriage. Shout out my fiance. How old am I? I'm 26. Gotta take care of the loans. Hey, loans will get you. Loans will get you. Who is it gonna be? Well, I come off the bench for the Heat. Um, I mean, yeah, if they're looking for a guy, I can shoot a little bit. Put me out there in the perimeter, I can shoot. All right. Adam Silver coming up to the podium. First pick in the NBA draft. A AJ Dybantsa is the first overall pick to the Washington Wizards. Congrats to Wizards fans. Really good pick. Really good pick. Like I said, I might like slightly lean Darryn Peterson as number one, but it's just so razor thin between honestly those two and Cam Boozer. I think all three are can't miss, really special players. Debonsa is 6'10. He's got guard skills. There's so much upside on both sides of the ball. It's not going to be, I don't think, like a huge work in progress, but it's going to take some time for him to reach his like true full potential. But that's okay. The Wizards are getting more competitive, but they also have time and he fits a spot of need as well, while being the highest upside player in this draft. Like the Wizards, if you're at number one, you take a swing on a guy that I think is the highest potential, while also being a pretty sure thing. I'm going to be shocked if AJ is just bad in the NBA if he turns out to be a bust. Maybe he doesn't reach like superstar potential, but I think he really is going to be at least an all-star caliber player. There's a real shot at all NBA, and I mean, becoming their franchise guy is kind of the goal with AJ Dybantsa, and he's the guy that has the highest chance to do so out of the top three, in my opinion. So, really, really good pick. Great pick taking AJ Dybantsa. When did YouTube become my full time gig? This and just covering basketball in general for like I do some stuff with Bleacher Report and things like that here and there. Really started in 2022, so and it was like year four. But it's evolved over time. Will the Wizards be a top five team in the East next season? I don't think so. It's already made. Refresh your browser. It's not. AJ is showing up there. Top five is kind of high for the Wizards. I don't know about top five, but I do think playoffs is very much attainable for them. Uh, Gabriel, I'm not really a Tyus Jones guy. I can't lie. I'm not really a Tyus Jones guy. He can't defend for anything. So it's going to be Darren Peterson at number two. It certainly feels like. Let's go Boozer two and Kessler to the Lakers. I keep on dreaming. Keep on dreaming. Go with Canary Islands off the coast of Spain for my honeymoon. We actually are still trying to figure out exactly where to go. I will take that into consideration. What state am I from originally? From Virginia. Originally from Virginia. I moved up to New York City when my fiance got into grad school. We met in college. She got into Columbia up here for grad school, and so she was coming up here for that and to work. So I moved up here and started doing like YouTube content stuff full time, and that's what I've been doing since 2022. This is like our fourth year in New York City. So yeah, Darren Peterson is going to go number two. Any advice? I get this question a lot from people. Advice about being an NBA YouTuber. Really, you just got to start doing it. Like my very early content sucks. It's really, really bad. You just have to kind of start and get into it. You never know how it's going to evolve, how it's going to change, but be consistent and also like just get into it. Just you have to start. Don't like worry about your content being bad at the beginning. You're going to start off being really, really bad. It's just the way it goes, and you're going to rapidly evolve over time. I didn't edit my videos for like 2 years. I just uploaded just straight off the recording, which is crazy now looking back. I mean, it can work, but what part? Originally from Virginia Beach. Favorite prospect in this draft? A few different guys. Obviously, like the top three. I really, really like Braden Burries. I like Morez Johnson a lot. Those are some of my favorite prospects. I like the city. City's pretty cool. I've never lived in a big city, and obviously New York is way different than most big cities. Like it is the biggest city, pretty much. It was crazy seeing the Knicks go on their championship run. Like it was wild here. All right, pick two coming on in. There is 8 seconds left on the clock. The pick has been in for a minute at this point. We're just waiting for them to announce it, but it's going to be Darryn Peterson. Yeah, I do edit all my own videos, which takes some time, but no, I like doing the editing, especially because I do stuff sometimes at like ungodly hours of the night, like recaps and things like that. Oh, from Son, Charlottesville area. I went to school at UVA, so I'm very familiar with Charlottesville. Also, really like Dalen Swain. I'm seeing Colin in the chat mention his Thunder prospects ranked 5-1. Mara, Swain, Braden Burries, Morez Johnson, Yaxel. Yeah, I mean those are all fantastic picks. I think for the Thunder. You ever gonna try making an ESPN or anything as an analyst? I'm sure at some point, like do some stuff like that. I know I've done so much with Bleacher Report and things like that. So maybe at some point, yeah. All right, the pick is about to officially come on in. It's gonna be Darryn Peterson. No whammies here. Nothing crazy is gonna happen. It is Darryn Peterson. Yeah, no shocks. I think the draft, I don't really know if it starts till number 7, to be honest. Maybe number 5 if the Clippers want to switch things up, but I think it's going to go Boozer. It's going to go Caleb Wilson. It's going to be Keaton Wagler, and then it's going to be Mikael Brown Jr., Darius Acuff. I think that's the way it's going to go. I would love Kingston Flemings for OKC Bryant. I'd love it. Grizzlies on the clock. Grizzlies are on the clock. I'm going to open up Twitter because I'm not really worried about getting spoiled for this pick. I think I know exactly what's going to happen. Darryn Peterson's going to be sick. Oh, my neck got tight all of a sudden. Oh, geez. Also from the Philippines. Appreciate it. Oh my gosh. I love hearing about people from like across the world. It's crazy to me that people like live in the Philippines and across the oceans, like in different continents, and they're like, "Yeah, I watch Combs NBA content." Like, that's always so crazy to me. Oh my god, my neck all of a sudden. Jeez. Ooh. Okay, I think we're good. What's up, Chili Crab? Appreciate you watching the videos. Yeah, I think Morez could develop a shot. No, I don't think Ja gets traded tonight, David. I don't see it. Yeah, Clippers could take Darius Acuff or Mikal over Wagler. Think it's less likely Acuff. I think it's probably Mikal Brown. Live in Ukraine. That's like again, hearing from people across countries and stuff is so crazy to me. But we didn't really talk about Darryn Peterson all too much. Chapel Hill, Australia. That's awesome. Darryn Peterson is sick. He's a really, really good scorer. He's going to slot into that lineup perfectly from day one. It's going to be Keontae George. At least it should, in my opinion, be Keontae George, Darryn Peterson, Lowry Market, and Walker Kessler. Insane size, insane firepower. The defensive duo, Jaren and Walker Kessler up front. I think Darryn Peterson can contribute a lot defensively from day one as well. The Jazz are going to be really good. Like that feels very much like a playoff caliber team. Me and Flights to 11 wants to score. Flight does not. Flight does not score in a game to 11. Something y'all will never see is the 1v1 that me and Jacob Rusty Buckets did when we met up at one point. Me and a few other creators that kind of met up in North Carolina where he lived around there at the time. It was for like the Super Bowl and to hang out and stuff like that. Me and Jacob did a 1v1 and he did not score a point. You will never see that footage though because he deleted it. Release the tapes, Jacob. Ecuador, appreciate it, David. Thank you so much. As a creator, do I watch other creators? Not as much as I used to, like pre making content I did, but now I just, I kind of want to have like my own basketball opinions. I definitely do watch like some of my friends who are creators. Like I watch my guy Kenny, Six Rings of Steel Matt, really, really good creator on some of Jacob's content, Rusty Buckets, like a few of the other creators in the space. The numbers on the board guys, some stuff with like, Zach Lowe, things like that. But no ceilings. All their draft stuff is phenomenal. So I do definitely watch other creators at times, but it's not as much as I like used to when I was younger. Perfect pick for the Thunder. I mean, it really depends. I think probably. I mean, I like Merez a lot. I like Braden Burries a lot. Right now, we're just waiting on Cam Boozer to come up at this moment. Go to Hoop Shoe. Um, Go to Hoop Shoe is right now. I'm actually wearing the. I think they're the Sabrina twos. I think they were somewhere around here. I think there's the Sabrina twos. They're really really comfortable. I wore Kyrie's a lot. I had a pair of Hardens that was pretty decent. I've actually had Curry's before and they were fine, but like overall, all time, Kyrie's and PG's are probably my favorite shoes of all time. But the Sabrinas are really nice. The issue is I play mostly outdoors here in New York City. Like I go to a park here and I hoop there, and they're not exactly great outdoor shoes, so I kind of run through them pretty fast. So, how do I come up with my recap so fast? I just watch a lot of basketball. You take notes sometimes if you're watching games, and a lot of the fun of it is just instant, like knee jerk reactions. That sometimes you're wrong, sometimes you gotta slow down and figure things out in the moment. But a lot of the fun of it is just instantly like reacting to stuff. I watch so much basketball that I kind of like already have my opinions on the ins and outs of stuff that it makes it a lot easier. Cam Boozer coming in at number 3 here, just waiting on the pick to officially be announced. And it's a really fun front court of the future between Zach Edey and Cam Boozer, Cedric Coward, whether they want to have him like a 2-3 kind of spot. I've got another pick as well. What pick is it? Is it like 16, is it? Yeah, 16. Yes, I live in New York City. Yeah. Which would have been crazy if the it was a Thunder Knicks finals. Maybe next year. All right, the Memphis Grizzlies have made their selection. I'm sure y'all can guess who it is. It's going to be Cameron Boozer out of Duke. Cam Boozer, no shocks in the top 3. Everyone goes as expected. I like Boozer a lot going to the Memphis Grizzlies. He is really, really talented. There are some people that think he has a bit of a lower ceiling and this and that. I don't subscribe to any of that. I think Boozer has an extremely high ceiling, crazy feel for the game. He can shoot. I think he's going to be able to defend. He is better athletically than I think a lot of people give him credit for. Boozer is really, really good. And going into Memphis as like kind of one of their key pieces, I guess the key piece at the moment of that rebuild, that next era, it's going to be really, really fun. I think he's a great selection here. Shout out to Cam Boozer. Shout out to Cam. Shout out to Carlos Boozer. Any booze heads in here? There's got to be a better term for his fan club. I guess I could have just said boozers, but that just sounds like you're drinking. So I don't know. Any Carlos Boozer fans in town? Uh, does content take up most of your life day? It does take up a lot. Like it is like kind of being on call a lot of times, and sometimes that makes things a little difficult. But it's also the thing that I'm like most passionate about is basketball. So it's a good trade off. It's fine. There was a like I work weekends all the times. Like I'm streaming for like 3 hours here on a Tuesday night, or however long this ends up being. Like yeah, a little bit of that happens. There's actually one time, I think it was when Kyrie got traded to the Mavericks, where we had some friends visiting up here, me and my fiance here in New York City, and like we were out grabbing lunch, and I like had to leave lunch early. I'm like, guys, I got to go make a reaction video to the Kyrie trade. So stuff like that happens sometimes. I do think Ja gets traded. It's not going to happen today, but I do think he gets dealt. You want the Bulls to trade down? I wouldn't. I think Caleb Wilson's an awesome pick here. Him, Claxton, Madas as like that front court right now going forward is really, really cool. I'm a big fan of that grouping. Man, Cam Boozer, it's gonna be fun. Number 5 is going now, this is where things like after the Bulls pick here, this is gonna be Caleb Wilson, but after him at number 5, things could get a little interesting. Has by the way, has Shams been tweeting any of the picks? Because I just opened up Twitter and I don't see Shams spoiling any picks. So he's kinda off it, it seems like, which kudos to him. I guess you can keep Twitter open for the draft now. That's a big change. If I'm the Nets, I trade for Ja and send back some young prospects. I really wouldn't. I don't think the Nets need to at the moment. Woj comeback? Yeah, I hope Woj is doing well, man. I miss Woj. He was special. Nothing from Shams to the ESPN app. Shams, he might have changed. The green guy, he put down the Green Goblin mask. Credit to him. And stick is stiffer than a biscuit. I guess I slept wrong or something like that. It didn't happen until like now. I've been doing stuff all day. I've been like making videos, content kind of stuff. And now today, my next like, or right as the draft is happening, it's like, hey man, I'm just gonna hurt. Who should the Nets pick? I do like Mikal Brown Jr. a lot for them. I like Mikal Brown Jr. a lot. Yeah, Caleb Wilson's gonna go to the Bulls at number 4. There's no shock there when they're gonna announce this pick. Number 5 is where it gets interesting. Again, I think it's Keaton Wagler, but they could pull off some shenanigans. There is always a chance. So allergies going crazy. I don't know about y'all, but this year I feel like my allergies have been worse than ever. If I'm Mavs, I select Burries. I do think that Burries to the Mavericks feels like a very, very possible pick. Wolves overpaid Io. It is a little bit of a scary contract. I mean, not really. It's not like it's like $60 million or something like that. But it is a good bit of money. He was really good though. I really don't think they had much of a choice. What do I think about OKC drafting a man? I can't lie, he's not my favorite pick. I think there is something there with him. I would just more so prefer like a Merez, any of the Michigan guys, really, a Burries. Where does Mara fit this team? Long-term Isaiah Hartenstein replacement. I do think the Thunder are going to keep the 12th pick. Acuff, my best of the guards in the 5 to 15 range. Who's yours? I do really like Keaton. I like Mikal a lot. I believe in the upside. I believe in the ups more than the downs that we saw from him this season. But Acuff, I mean, you just want to talk about like box office. Acuff is he's gonna change the Kings, assuming he is a king, which it seems like he's gonna be. Okay, pick number 4 coming in. Pick number 4 about to officially be announced. It is going to be Caleb Wilson. Caleb Wilson, Chicago Bull. Love it. Love the pick. Everything's been chalk so far. No whammies. Nothing's changed. Caleb Wilson's awesome. You want to talk about upside? He is a freak athletically. He's got crazy physical tools. There is going to be, kind of some growing pains. I think it's not going to all hit for him immediately, but I do believe that Caleb Wilson is going to be really good. One of the higher ceilings in this draft class. I think the clear next pick after that top 3. And honestly, if he didn't like break his hand towards the end of the season, maybe he could have tried to push into that top 3. He's going to be really, really good. And again, we talk about the front court now for the Chicago Bulls with Caleb Wilson, with Matas Buzelis, adding Nick Claxton, which I think is a really, really fun deal to go ahead and get involved in. You're talking about a lot of talent in that front court. And if you just want to talk about size, going to Giddy at the guard spot, this is a team that has a lot of size, is going to be imposing. I love this pick for the Chicago Bulls. There was no other way to go for them. like ridiculously explosive. And his defense, I mean, it already is really, really like at the college level, it was insane. I think he's going to be a good defender in the NBA from day one. I think there's a world where he's competing for like I want to say depoys, but then I kind of feel like Wemby might just win every single one for the rest of time. So I really like Caleb Wilson. He's gonna be super fun this year. Super nice guy too, Caleb Wilson. I think I saw something about that he's just like oh, he's a really cool dude. I don't remember where I saw that though. Yeah, Roku, no surprises so far. Now it gets interesting. I do again think it's going to be Keaton Wagler here, but there is a chance it could change up a little bit. This is also where we start to get into the range where maybe a pick could be traded. I am not at all anticipating the Clippers trade number 5, but from here on out, like no one in the top 4 is going to trade out. Now it's a possibility. There's a chance. So we'll see. Any Bulls fans in here? Anybody? How's everybody feeling about the pick so far? I know they were all chalk. Is there anything you would have done differently? Is there a guy that y'all might have drafted number 4 instead? So we're gonna veto the pick. Interesting to see if anything comes out of the aspiration stuff. Mara falls to the Thunder. I think there's a real shot he does. There's a real shot. Kind of rooting for Boozer in Utah. It was just never gonna happen. It was always gonna be Darryn Peterson going 2. No, Randall's not gonna push the Nets into the play-in. The East is so good next year. You're talking about, the Pacers coming back. No team in that top 8 is going anywhere. The Wizards are gonna be a lot better. The Hornets are gonna be better. It's a loaded conference out east. The Nets will not be in the play-in, but doesn't really, it's not really like that should be the goal at this moment. Flip's taking a while. They are taking a little bit. By the way, this is where, if you're not super in tune with the draft, we're probably going to see a run on point guards. Darius Acuff, Keaton Wagler, Mikel Brown Jr., Kingston Flemings, like all these guys. There's a shot that we just see a straight run of like 4 guards in a row. Braden Burry's like it could be 5 guards in a row. Um, that's where it probably stops. Like those are kind of the 5. So we'll see. They're showing Keaton Wagler on the broadcast. I would like Wagler a lot. Pick is in. Pick is in for the Clippers at number 5. I wish I could get this thing to like follow me down, like on the clock thing. It's fine. Yeah, hopefully the Thunder's first round pick is not on the bench this entire year like we've seen in the past. What do I think about Nate Amen? I think the people that think he's got no upside and just sucks are being disingenuous. I do think though he's absolutely going to be a work in progress. There's always a real surprise in the top 10. That's true. We do usually see some surprises. The Clippers got very lucky with that 5th pick, but hey, they took the shot. Like credit to them. Yeah, it's gonna be. They're showing Wagler way too much in the broadcast for it to not be Keaton Wagler. Again, in my opinion, I don't think the draft really starts till like number. I mean, maybe number 6, but I feel like probably not till number 8 with the Hawks. Pick is officially coming in. Los Angeles Clippers, Keaton Wagler goes number 5 to the Clippers. Another pick I really like. I think everyone's doing a pretty good job so far. Wagler, people have concerns about the athleticism with him, but he just has such good feel. He's so skilled. He can shoot. He can defend. Like Wagner can do a little bit of everything. And I believe like you don't have to be an insane athlete to succeed in the NBA. I've seen some people say he's like almost Shea like, and thinking he's going to be an MVP, best in the world caliber player is an insane thing to just expect. But I do think there is a world where he has similar success in terms of being an unorthodox type of scorer that can be really good next to Darius Garland. I think those two as a backcourt going forward is going to be really, really fun. So yeah, Wagler, I like the pick quite a bit. I think he's a really good selection here. It wouldn't have made any sense for them to take a cuff with Darius Garland in town. Wagler's going to be good. Yeah, Frost says I would have liked Wagler in OKC as well, but a trade up was always going to be difficult. You would have had to get up to number 5. And I'm gonna be honest, I think the Clippers probably have Sam Presti's number blocked. So I don't think we were really getting in contact with them. Nets getting Acuff. I don't think it's gonna be Acuff. I think it's gonna be Mikael Brown. It's Mikael Brown, Nate Ament, or Darius Acuff, but I think it's Mikael Brown. Yeah, I think it's gonna be Mikael Brown Jr. for the Nets. He's got, they've taken a bunch of guards. They took like 5 guards last year, 4 guards, but I mean, no one's like set in stone in that rotation. And Mikael Brown is very like up and down throughout the season, but the highs were so high. I think he's very much worth the swing here for the Brooklyn Nets. No, I think they should take him. Yeah, Colin, I think the Wagler trade up, it was just too expensive. Wagler giving you a lot of good vibes. He's just seems like a good dude. Seems like a really good player. I mean, he had that one game where he had 46 against Purdue, the same day that Kingston Flemings and AJ Dybantsa both went off. They're talking on the broadcast about his change of pace. That is true. I mean, when we saw the way that Dylan Harper succeeded in the playoffs, Harper's, a perfectly fine athlete, but the big thing for him was the change of pace that just kind of differentiated him. That's such an underappreciated skill for a guard, and something that Shea does as well really, really well. I think that's gonna be a big, big strength of his that's gonna allow him to be more successful than people think. As a Thunder fan, do you think Shea flops? I mean, he exaggerates contact for sure, the way that every player does. It's way overblown though by people. Like the people saying that he is, falling down in every shot and unwatchable and stuff. I think it's just insane to say. Brooklyn Nets, it's again, we talk about Mikal. Like I said, I think this one's Mikal Brown. The next one is going to be Darius Acuff at 7 to the Kings. And then number 8, that's the Hawks are the team that can really shake this thing up. There are also a lot of rumors that they could trade down. I don't think they will, but that was a rumor. What do I think about trading for Trey Murphy using 8 or 11 from the Hawks to the Warriors? I don't love it. Trey Murphy, I think, is a really, really good player. But if I like it a little bit more for the Warriors. I still don't know if it's the right move, but they're in a mode where they kind of just need to compete and win now. The Hawks, I just wouldn't like it. Hawks, I think, should just take somebody. You're seeing Allen Graves soon? There's no way. Do I like a cuff to the Kings? I do. His defense is really, really, really bad. But offensively, crazy playmaker, crazy shot creator and shot maker. They just need someone box office that they can try to build around, and I think Darius Acuff is that kind of guy. And I do think there's a world where he gets better defensively. I don't think he's a complete, utter lost cause that will never be at least like an average on the defensive end. If he can just be an average on the defensive end and reaches his peak offense, then you have a franchise type of guy. I mean, we just saw the Knicks win a championship with Brunson, who is a like a ridiculous offensive guard that isn't that great defensively. All right, the Nets have submitted their pick. Pick is in. We'll see if they go a little bit off the walls. I do think the Jazz are going to make some noise in 2027. Yeah, I'm not thinking like win a playoff series noise. A playoffs, very very attainable. All right, the Brooklyn Nets. All right, let's see who the pick is. You don't want the Thunder to take a Mara. I think he's gonna be really good. I have no problem with this taking him. I don't blame you for not necessarily loving the pick, but we'll see. All right, Brooklyn Nets at number 6 are taking Mikel Brown Jr. It stays chalk. It stays chalk through the first 6. I like this pickle. I know I keep saying I just like the picks, but I really like every pick so far. Mikel Brown Jr. really, really talented. Again, he's got to kind of clean up decision making, and like there is so much room for him to grow and improve. He is a work in progress, but if he reaches his potential, he's going to be unbelievable and could be a franchise guy for the Brooklyn Nets. Had that back injury. That's obviously, a little bit concerning, but I'm not super concerned about it. Like, I think he's probably going to be fine. 20 years old, really, really talented. I'm really excited about this pick. I think the Nets, this is the right selection here for them. No, I don't think the Nets have any chance of making the play-in. The East is just loaded next year. We're halfway to OKC. That's true. We're halfway there. Again, like we said, the draft was never really going to start until 8. 6 guard drafted for them. Hopefully, for them it works out this time. They have drafted a lot of guards. That is true. No, I don't think we trade up Thunder up. I don't think so. I think we stay at 12 and 17. At least 12. If not the Nets, who do I have as the 4 playing teams right now? I don't know about okay, I'm just letting you know like 10 teams off the top of my head. The Pistons, Celtics, Knicks, Cavs, Raptors, Hawks, Sixers, Magic, Hornets, Miami Heat. That's 10 right there. And that doesn't include the Pacers or the Wizards. Like 2 of teams out of that group are going to miss the play-in entirely. Yeah. Who could the Kings select? I mean, there's only one. They're going to go Darius Acuff. They're going to go Darius Acuff. There's no other guy that they're going to go. All the reports have been they are head over heels in love with Darius Acuff at number 6, which I don't blame him. I think he's really, really good. Like we talked about box office, they kind of need a guy to get people excited. My ideal pick for the Thunder, it's tough to say, but there are a lot of guys I really, really like. Merez, I keep talking about him. He's one of my favorite guys easily. Um, I do like Dalen Swain a lot. I really like Cam Carr. Allen, I see you mentioning him in the chat. I think Cameron Carr is gonna be awesome. Yaxel's good, but I don't think the Thunder are going to take him. I don't think Yaxel goes till like 17-ish range. I think if the Thunder want him, they can get him around 17. The only team that I see taking him otherwise before then is the Golden State Warriors. I do agree that the East is probably more loaded next year than the Western Conference. Kings could trade down and get more solid players. I just take your guy. Take your guy. Kings need to get a guy. Take it. Just take your guy. Honestly, Darius Acuff, rookie of the year, is not a bad bet either. The net continues to plague me, by the way. I'm the biggest loser of the draft based off my neck pain. All right, Kings have made their pick. Darius Acuff. We kind of know where they're going. Question: what happens at number 8? Darius Acuff is officially the pick for the Sacramento Kings, and now the draft gets going. Real quick about Darius Acuff. The defense is definitely a concern. That is, the worry for him. But offensively, just one of the most dynamic players in all of college basketball this past season. The three-point shooting, the ball handling, the playmaking is so sick from him. And I do think there's a world where he improves as a defender over the course of his career. I don't think he's going to be just this unplayable defender for his entire time in the league. He's just going to improve everybody around him offensively. I think he's truly a building block. He's a cornerstone. And the Kings have desperately needed that kind of guy really ever since they got rid of Tyrese Halliburton. They've kind of needed that player. And I don't know if Acuff turns into Halliburton. He's not as big as Halliburton, but in terms of being someone that can elevate players as a scorer and as a playmaker, I think he can have a really Halliburton type of effect. Maybe not quite to the point of, bringing a team to the NBA finals, but maybe someday. Maybe someday. And now we've got the Hawks on the clock. This is where everything starts. This is where the draft truly begins. Can I like zoom out? How do I make okay. We're just gonna zoom out. We're gonna stick here. Acuff shot 44% from three. That's so crazy. Waiting for the next Young Hansen. I don't know if there really is a Young Hansen pick that's gonna be made. That was truly like that was stunning when they took Young Hansen. Where do I think Malik Thomas goes? I don't really know. If things get really murky, thanks for the coverage. If I have no power for 4 hours and YouTube only streams that will load right now. Oh, of course, Roku, I got you. I mean, I'm probably going to be live the whole first round. We'll see if I start to get gassed at some point, like I'm getting tired, then maybe I'll wrap up before the end of the first round. But I think I'm probably going to be live for this. I'm glad it's helping you out. Acuff's so fun. He's a really, really fun player. All right, what do we think the Hawks are doing? If my initial prediction for the Hawks is Kingston Flemings. That's my prediction. I could see the Hawks taking a Daimara too. Maybe Braden Burries, but I feel like he's probably not a guy for them here. Although, I mean, it wouldn't shock me. I guess riser and faller of the draft, like who goes higher than expected and who falls. I think LeBaron Philon could fall. I think Yaxel could end up a good bit down the board. Um, Riser, I think Cameron Carr could go pretty high. Kareem Lopez could go a million different spots. Thoughts on if the Hawks go with Mara? If they go with Mara, I think it's a good pick. I like Amara here for them. They kind of need a big. Okongwu's been pretty good, but someone with size who's also a playmaker. I think Mara would be a good pick here for them. He's someone that the Thunder have been reportedly interested in acquiring, like at 12, and it feels like he really could go anywhere from starting here to like the Thunder at 12. I don't know if he gets past the Thunder at 12. Yeah, Canyon. Everything's gone as expected so far. Nothing's changed. Thunder suck. Thank you, Langston like Spurs, for your input. Thank you. Congrats to y'all winning the Western Conference. Excited to see the rematch next season. It's gonna be fun. I wonder actually I was trying to think today what they're gonna do in terms of like Christmas and opening night. If they'll do like Thunder Spurs and then Knicks versus like probably Miami Heat maybe with Giannis there now. Or if they'll do like a Knicks Spurs rematch on opening night. I think they might more so lean like Christmas for that. Although Thunder Spurs on Christmas makes a lot of sense too. I don't know. I wonder how they're going to do it with Thunder Spurs, like that kind of grouping. If Morris taking which player helps Dallas, Flemings or Burries? I think both do, but I think it's probably I think they're pick I don't know, it's tough. I like Burries a lot, and I think his shooting is gonna be really, really good next to Cooper Flag, like, off the bat. Um, Jazz Wizards need to be a Christmas game. I don't see that happening, not this early in their process, but maybe someday. Like AJ versus Darryn Peterson type of vibe. I don't have Twitch, no. I kinda just do stuff on YouTube right now. I actually thought about putting this stream because it gave me an option. I'm on like one of those like streaming software like website things. Not going to mention them because they don't sponsor me, but I was considering making this like a TikTok stream as well, Twitter, like a few different things. Um, didn't end up doing it, but it's something I might do in the future. Because like I said, I do want to stream more throughout this summer. Go back and look at all games, like talk about series, like analyze stuff. Trying to predict next season. I definitely want to talk through like certain teams and things like that. Knicks Pacers is going to happen. I don't think they'll do Pacers opening night coming off of that. I think for the Knicks, they'll do either like if the Celtics pull off a big move, then maybe. But I really do think it's going to be just show off Giannis as a member of the Miami Heat and have him go into Madison Square Garden as like the big challenger kind of thing. I think that's probably the way they're going to go. I think they'll do Thunder Spurs, or honestly, knowing them, they might do like a Lakers Warriors. Any big foreign players not in the college system making the lottery. I mean, we talked about Kareem Lopez a little bit on here. He feels like he could make it into the lottery, but I'm not sure. It's not really one of those years where there's a lot of strong, like international, like non-college players. This is a very college player heavy draft. I could see Kareem Lopez going lottery. I think he's the only guy. At least it's coming to mind right now. All right, the Hawks pick is it is in. Hawks have made their selection. See your next stream exactly. Brennan, this year is different. I promise you that. This year is different. All right, here we go. Pick number 8. This is where the draft starts. I think it's Mara or Fleming. Probably Kingston Flemings. Kingston Flemings goes number 8 to the Hawks. I like this pick as well. Not a pick I haven't liked so far. No big surprises. Fleming's he's good. Like they kind of need a guard of the future. CJ McCollum was obviously really good last season, not a long-term guard of the future. Um, favorite player Derrick Rose, you're saying on the draft. Not exactly Derrick a guy who plays like Derrick Rose. But Fleming, I mean, Houston's just a really good program. Like players that come out of Houston, I kind of just trust them to be impactful types of guys. Someone that I think can be really successful next to Jalen Johnson long term. He's dynamic, could score quick. He's gonna be fun. Kingston Flemings made me a fan through Houston in the NOTB pod. I don't think I remember seeing him on the NOTB pod, but yeah, Flemings is someone just all season. I mean, you watch Houston, he just makes a difference. He's got kind of a thinner frame, which people are a little worried about. I think he's going to be fine. Yeah, Chet. I think Dallas is going to take Braden Burries. Maybe they shock and take one of the Michigan guys after hiring their coach. I can't see Mara falling out of the lottery, Joyo. I can't see it. I'm going to be shocked if Mara is not a lottery pick. What was there a trade? Was there a trade that I missed? I just opened Twitter and I'm seeing some conversation about the Pelican. Oh, never mind, never mind. I got thrown off. I opened Twitter and I saw someone talking about how it ended up being Kingston Flemings and Ace Newell for Derek Queen. I'm like, did the Pelicans just trade Derek Queen to the Hawks? And I was like, what are they doing? It was just talking about the trade from last year. My fault. My fault. I was about to start freaking out. Is Keaton Wagler good? Yes, Keaton Wagler is good. I'm very excited about him for the Clippers. I think that's a really fun backcourt of the future with him and Darius Garland. Okay, that trade scared me. I was like, what just what just happened? Number 9, my prediction is Braden Burries. Maybe they could go Merez or Mara, but I think it's probably Burries. It's a Michigan guy or Burries. I think those are the only ways they go here. Just don't be Merez. I really don't. I'm going to be sad if Merez goes because I really like him for the Thunder. What's my prediction for Warriors? Um, Mara, Yaxel, or Burries if he falls that far. One of those 3. I think number 10 is probably if Morez goes here, who do I see the Thunder taking? It could end up being Data Man. I see you saying him. It could be Burries if he falls. I don't know. Maybe Axel, maybe it is Mara. I could see Steinbach at number 12 as well. Yeah, the Grizzlies will be fun next season, Canyon. I like how they have Chris Middleton listed as a key free agent for the Mavericks. They're not bringing Chris Middleton back. That's just not happening. Adam Silver coming up, number 9 from the Dallas Mavericks. Wow, it's Merez. Oh, that's heartbreaking. That's really sad. They do go Michigan. Go Michigan. Wow. Merez is, I mean, you want to talk about a defensive grouping there with Cooper Flag, Merez, Derek Lively? They're going to guard teams. They're going to guard up. Um, Dusty May gets his guy back. I'm a little shocked. I mean, number 9 was always a possibility for Merez. That's just I'm devastated. I love Merez. He's gonna be really good there. The offense is a work in progress, but he's I think the shot's gonna come around a little bit. That's tough. That's really tough. Man, oh man, oh man. I think that's a great pick for the Mavs. I think it's a really good pick. I mean, yeah, we're talking defense wins championships. That's what the Mavs are certainly going for. Don't they need a point guard? Yeah, but I mean, like, I mean, Burries is like he can do that, but he's not like an insane, like, your main lead playmaker. I mean, Cooper Flag is probably gonna have the ball in his hands more times than not. I do think that they need some guard play. But I mean, maybe their plan is to get rid of like Najee Marshall, PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, some of those guys, and try and bring in some guard play. Maybe that's the game plan for them. No way Burries makes it to 12. Probably not. I think the Warriors probably take him if he's there at 11. I think the Bucks are probably going to take Nate Ament here. If you want my guess, I think they take Nate Ament here, and I think that's a good pick for them. Nate Ament is a work in progress if he's the guy that they go with, but they've got all the time in the world now that they've traded Giannis. There is not a Bucks like competitive playoff series push, anything like that coming anytime soon. What if OKC trade up for 9? I mean, it's a little late now. That is a fun storyline. Merez ended up back with Dusty May. It's still crazy that ended up being the case. Give the Mavs their 2028 pick back? Nah, I'd like that as an asset. This is the start of your stream this year because of work. Big fan from the Philippines. Appreciate you, Toasted Coke. Appreciate you. Well, hey, I mean, we're not even 10 picks in yet. You've got a lot of time to come on through, and the best part's still to come with the Thunder having 2 picks coming up. If it's a men, I mean, Oose's lose part too. I mean, hey, we want Zhang Gang replacement here in OKC. Or yeah, I mean, Nate Man kind of has a little bit of Usman Zhang in him. I mean, if Ooze still could pan out, if he and Ament both pan out for the Bucks, who would be my ideal pick right now? Left on the board, probably Braden Burries is my favorite pick for the Thunder. Is Dort really going to LA? I mean, I think it's a possibility. Sam better not take Ament at 12. We'll see. I think Ament goes here at 10. I think Ament's about to go here at 10 to the Bucks. I mean, maybe they could take Burries, but I don't think that's the route the Bucks are gonna go. I think Burries is either to the Warriors or he ends up with the Thunder. Can get Mara and Yaxel. I mean, Yaxel would be cool. Let's go here. All right, the pick is in. This is a big one. This is a big swing pick. Who's the first pick of this new Bucks era? They're showing Braden Burries. That scared me a little bit. Please don't take Braden Burries. Don't take him. Don't take him. Okay, now they're showing a Mara. I could see them going Mara. I guess I could see that from the Bucks. No trades yet, kind of crazy. I wasn't really expecting it too much sooner ball. Like we didn't really get. I mean, we got a bunch of rumors and things like that, but I don't know when it's a draft class that's this good. And thinking about the teams and kind of those like trade ranges, it didn't feel super realistic. I mean, it felt like certainly like a possibility. It's just every year we think there's gonna be more trades than there really is, and it didn't end up happening this year. Okay, Bucks pick is in. I could see Steinbach being the pick. I would like Dalen Swain a lot at 17. All right, Bucks pick is in. My prediction is Native Men. I think they're going to go with Native Men. The Milwaukee Bucks select Braden Burries. Oh my gosh. All my favorite guys are going. All my favorite guys are going. All my favorite guys are going off the board for the Thunder. Man, Burries is a good pickup. Yeah, Bucks took a minute with with that pick. I mean, I don't blame them. Braden Burries is really interesting. He is a shooter. Um, I think from day one, he's going to be an important part of that young group. The GMs can hear you, bro. He's got some size at 6'4". He can defend. Burries is going to be really good. I really thought he would end up more so with the Mavs or like a Warriors or a Thunder. I wonder who goes number 11 here now. I think this is where we reach the range for a Mara, for Yaxel Lendenborg. I think this could be, I mean, yeah, maybe it kind of just is those two guys. I don't really think they'd take Nate Ament here. Maybe Cameron Carr. Like, this is probably the early part of his range. I think the Warriors pick Yaxel. I mean, that makes sense. Ament falls to 15, 16 around the top 20. I mean, from stuff that we saw, there was a world where Ament continues to just keep falling. Maybe that's the case. If Mara goes now, do you take Yax or do you have another pick? I mean, I think Yaxel or Mara are pretty good picks. I think also, I mean, you talk about like maybe like you might not necessarily a reach, like you kind of reach the point where almost anybody like makes sense in this type of range. You could go for a Cam Carr, you could go for a Dalen Swain, you could take Steinbach if you wanted to. Nets Nation is happy with Michael Brown. Me too. I think Michael Brown is a really good pick for the Nets. I'm a big fan of it. Haven't really been any picks that I don't like hate. There's no picks that I there's no picks that I do hate so far. I don't hate any picks. Is somewhere saying Brady Burries is the Giannis post Giannis era savior? Every team not drafting a men is doing themselves a huge favor. Colin in the chat saying that the Warriors are fielding some offers for pick 11. I could see a world where it's like the Thunder. Like if we really want two guys here at this range, it could like trying to trade 17. Um, and move up and get like a and then do an 11 and 12, very similar to 2022 when the Thunder got Jalen Williams and Uzman Jang. I could see something like that if they wanted to, take like a Nate Ament and take a little bit of a swing on them, or if they just want to get both Michigan front court guys and get Yaxel and Adai Mara and just bring that duo to OKC. I could see something like that with the Thunder. I'm trying to figure out who else would be involved. I mean, maybe the Pelicans want to get back in and it's Trey Murphy getting involved. Maybe that's the deal that could happen. Who is the highest upside from the guys projected outside the lottery? Highest upside? It's hard to say like for sure. I mean, I think Mara can be really, really good. I'm a big believer in Cam Carr's game, like Dalen. I feel like I keep coming back to the same players that I'm just a big fan of. Nate Bent, I mean, does have high upside. Like if he really figures it out, I know a lot of people are down on him, but there is a lot of upside there with Nate Bent. Truly, um, I don't know if the Warriors trade this. I think it's probably just. I don't think they trade this. I think they just go Yaks. I think it's going to be Yaxel or Mara. I believe the Warriors don't trade this. They've got to take one of the two bigs. They need size. Yaxel from day. I mean, Yaxel just makes so much sense. Yaxel Lendeborg makes so much sense for a team that's older. I like Philon a lot too, Brennan. I'm a big fan of Philon. Like, if the Thunder pick him up at 17, I'm happy with that. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, the Thunder don't need another guard," but I really don't think you could ever like have too much shot creation, just ever. All right, the Warriors pick is in. I don't know if they're trading it. The pick is in. Camera keeps showing Yaks. It's him. Probably him. Thunder Twitter might burn down if we take a Met and trade out of 17. Yeah, they might. They might. I think it's gonna be Yaxel. I completely forget that Moses Moody is just out for like all of next season. That really sucks. Feels like it's gonna be Yaks for the Warriors. All right, Warriors pick has come in. Just a heads up, after this pick, I'm probably gonna look away from chat because I don't want the Thunder pick spoiled at all. I don't want any chance of that. Yaxel Lendenborg goes to the Golden State Warriors. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense for him. Him, Steph, Draymond, Jimmy Butler, when Jimmy comes back. There's a lot of talent there. They desperately need some size and some athleticism, and Yaxel is gonna be a difference maker in that regard. I think he makes a lot of sense there. See you later then. All right. OKC up. Thunder up, y'all. Let's see where we go. It really feels like it's Nate Ament or Mara here. It really feels like those are the guys. I've been saying for a few days now. It's really kind of come down to me. It feels like it's going to be Merez or Mara. My prediction is Mara, who I would like quite a bit. I mean, maybe it's something crazy and it's like Dalen Swain all the way up here. There's been reports that the Thunder have been somewhat, tied to him, but I don't know. The die to OKC, it feels like a real possibility. All right, I'm gonna well, it's a Thunder on the clock. Thunder on the clock, y'all. I I think it's Mara. If you want my official prediction, I think it's Mara at this point. But okay, I'm gonna hide the chat. I'm gonna hide the chat. I will come back to y'all after the Thunder make their pick. I know it's still on the screen, but I'm not looking at it in that corner of the screen. Actually, no, I am gonna take it off the screen. Actually, for the moment, take it off the screen just so I can look at my setup and make sure it looks all right while I'm doing this. But okay, my prediction is a Mara for this pick. I could see it being Nate Ament. I could see them maybe going Steinbach, maybe Dalen Swain if they really want to take a big swing, maybe a Cameron Carr, who I do really like in this draft. I think he's gonna be really, really good. But if you want my prediction, it is the Mara. I feel like long term he makes sense as a Hartenstein, replacement down the road. I would be shocked if Hartenstein is gone this summer if he doesn't sign a longer term deal with the team. But the the timeline of this team is beyond like the next few years, and more and more money is going to be attributed to Shea and J-Dub and Shet, and you'd have to find ways to get cheaper and keep bringing in young talent. And Mara has a lot of similarities to Isaiah Hartenstein as that playmaking big, and obviously size is at a premium in the NBA today. You see now the Western Conference headlined by Victor Wembanyama as the Thunder's like main competitor at the moment. Nikola Jokic obviously out west as well. You need some size, and I think Mara gives you a good bit of that. I know a lot of Thunder fans are gonna be really mad here if it's Nate Ament. It's not the end of the world to me, depending on who you pick at 17. I don't want to take two swings, but if you do take a swing on Nate Ament here, it's not the end of the world. I do think there is a lot of upside there. It's going to definitely take some time, and I kind of would like the idea of bringing in someone that has a little bit more ability to contribute right now, but it's not the end of the world. So we'll see. Trust Preston. Stream hitting its peak viewers around the Thunder pick. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? If anybody's new in the chat right now, if you're sending messages, I have it off the screen because I'm not trying to see anything related to the Thunder pick until after it pops up. But the pick is in. They're talking to Yaxel Lendeborg right now, but as soon as this interview ends, they see the next member of the upcoming 2027 NBA champion Oklahoma City Thunder. So we'll see. If it's not Nate Ament here, I mean, I think he could like slide down the board. The Heat, I don't think they're definitely not taking native men. Maybe the Hornets, but I don't really see it. Maybe the Bulls, but I also don't see it. I think if it's not here at 12, there's a real shot that maybe the Grizzlies at 16, the Thunder at 17 would be a real possibility because there is reported interest there. But I could see him certainly sliding down the board quite a bit if he doesn't end up going here at number 12. But I do think there's a world where he's still available at number 17, or the Thunder take someone else here and they try to trade back up for him if he's someone that they really want that much. But my prediction is a Mara. Shocker pick would again be like a Swain, a Cameron Carr. amongst some others, Hans Steinbach, guys like that. Okay, though. They're about to announce it. Thunder pick is in. Can we go ahead and see it? Please don't go to a commercial. Can I get the pick, please? The pick's been in for so long. Can we do this, please? I know a lot of Thunder fans wanted Yaxel Lendeborg. I just never really thought he was either going to be there or he just didn't feel like a pick the Thunder would make. I know he's a bit older, but it always feels like every year someone just gets mocked to the Thunder a million times, and that never ends up being the guy that they select. And Yaxel felt like that guy to me this year, and as you can see. All right, the Oklahoma City Thunder are about to select the number 12 pick. The 12th pick. Thunder take Adai Mara is the 12th pick. I'm a big fan. I'm a fan of this pick. I like it quite a bit. Let's talk about Adai Mara. I got it right. He was the guy that I felt like they were going to end up landing. Mara is really talented. Legit, like 7'3", so much size, a playmaker at the big man spot. There are signs of, a jumper. I'm not anticipating him being like a 3-point sniper from day one, but I think there is some room for him to grow and become more of a shooter. But as a weapon, as a big body screener, as a rebounder, Mara is going to do a lot. If you are a Thunder fan that wanted size, that wanted talent on this team, a guy that can legitimately help the Thunder battle against the Spurs, the Nuggets, like those top tier teams with a lot of size in the Western Conference, Mara is the tallest player in the conference. He's 7'3" with no shoes on. Talking about shoes, 7'4". I'm a big fan of Mara. He always felt like a very realistic pick here at number 12. I said this earlier on the stream. I was going to be shocked if Mara got to this point and the Thunder didn't take him, and they end up landing him. Welcome to Oklahoma City, Adai Mara. I absolutely love the pick. I really, really like this selection here. Big fan of Adai Mara's game. Let me go ahead and get out my tweet welcoming him to Oklahoma City real quick before we talk about the next situation. Who's coming up next? Let me go ahead and get my tweet off. Does Adai Mara have a Twitter? Doesn't really look like it. Seven three, 7'3", a lot of size. No, I don't believe is gone. But like long term, you probably I don't think is going to be here forever. So you have someone who long term can maybe be a bit of a cheaper option and replace a little bit of what iHeart brings to the table. Really like the pick though. I like adding the size a lot to this team. Playmate can shoot. He's 7'3" without shoes. Shot blocker, rebounder. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. What about Thomas Sorber? I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I mean, Sorber is going to play this year for sure. He's going to be back. We'll see what happens in terms of you don't really know what he looks like coming off of that season-ending injury. There's a world where it just doesn't end up working out for Sorber. No, I don't think we trade Sorber. I believe we're going to see a good bit more of Jay Will at the 4 this year. We had a lot of success in the playoffs with Jay Will at the 4 and Chet at the 5. Um, he's going to be a fun player, man. I know a lot of Thunder fans are gonna be over the moon that it wasn't Native Men. Good fit. Good pick, Sam. We trust Sam Presti. We always trust Sam Presti. Good pick. 7'3" without shoes, by the way, is insane. Like, I'm like 6 foot, 6'1" with shoes. He's a full, like, foot and change taller than me. That's crazy. Also, especially getting Mara at 12, like, if the Thunder had traded up for Mara, I would have been a little bit more like, "Eh," but getting him here at number 12, I like a lot. Oh, yeah, Brennan, you're right. This is the Bucks pick at 13. This is absolutely Native Met. There's no world this is not Native Met. Why do people not want a Ment? He's just a project. That's kind of the main thing. He's probably gonna be a bit of a work in progress, and a lot of teams don't like a lot of player or not a lot of fans don't really love their teams to draft those types of guys. We'll scroll back down to the board. Met was very up and down this year. That's kind of the big thing is there are really interesting flashes from Native Met, but I just saw a tweet actually, from my guy, Focus over on Twitter. Could Adimar and Chet Holmgren be like the best shot blocking front court ever? The Thunder are gonna have one of the best shot blocking front courts we've ever seen. It's crazy. So what now with our pick at 17? All right, so our pick at 17, I see Frost is immediately bringing up Dalen Swain. That is absolutely a name. If the Thunder really want to go size, they could go Steinbach. But now that they went a big, I feel like it's more likely they go wing or guard. Swain fits that billing. Cameron Carr fits that billing. Although I think he's probably gone by pick 17, maybe not. But I do think he fits that kind of mold. Um, Nademan is going to go here. I don't see him as an option anymore at that range. Let me go and real quick. I'm just going to pull up a mock draft simulator. Honestly, maybe we should just do this to talk about some of these picks. Hold on. Okay, so can I share this tab instead? What did I just do? Okay, I just nearly broke the stream. We're good. We're fine. Don't worry. Okay. Wait, actually, I need to restart this. Restart the mock. Probably one Wilt Chamberlain is a better shot blocking. Wilt doesn't count. You don't bring up Wilt Chamberlain in these conversations. He's not real. Okay. All right. So we've got hold on, House of the Dragon ads. There we go. Okay, so we had AJ, then Darryn Peterson, then Camp Boozer, then we had Caleb Wilson, Wagler went, then we had Mikael Brown, we had Darius Acuff, we had Fleming, we had Burries, we had Yaxel, Perez went somewhere in there, and then we had Adimara. Here we are now with the 13th pick. So these are kind of the guys in this range. LeBaron Philon, I don't think he goes this high. I love if the Thunder got Philon, by the way. I would really like Philon. Jane Quintance, I think, is going to fall. I think Quintance is going to fall. From what I heard, rare time Cone's got like information. I don't think his medical's great. Again, it's just what I heard. Queen Lopez could maybe go here. I think it's probably Nate Ament though, like to the Bucks. We heard so much about Nate Ament being the pick that the Bucks had interested in him. Nate Ament goes to the Milwaukee Bucks. No shockers there. No shocker there. I like this pick for the Bucks. You know, a lot of people don't love Nate Ament, but when we're talking about a team that could like really use some upside, I feel like this is the spot for him to go. I would quite say JQ's knee is pulled pork, but I don't think it's great. Um, I like Alan Graves, but I think the Thunder probably more so go like wing guard. Okay, so Nate goes. Let's go now to who else can go with this spot. So Nate goes. So who ends up going next? We have the Hornets on the board. If they really want to take a swing, they could take Queens. I think, in my opinion, this is Steinbach. I think Hans Steinbach is where they go. Floor stretching, really talented, great rebounding big, coming from Washington, who can really like supercharge that front court. The spot that I think they need the most help at is the four. I don't think Miles Bridges is their four of the future. I don't think he's the guy that's gonna play alongside their big three of Brandon Miller, LaMelo Ball, and Con Knuckle long term. And Steinbach could either end up playing that four spot or he could play the five. And then if Kalkbrenner works out long term, or even if you just stay with Musa Diabate, then you add a little bit of size next to him because Moose is only like 6'9", I believe. So I think Steinbach is the pick. I think it's going to be him here to the Hornets. Any other guys I can see, like Amari Allen? This is actually behind it because Amari Allen's not even in the draft anymore. Maybe they could go Cream Lopez, but I just don't think. I think he's going to slip. They could maybe go like a Swain. Again, if they want to take a swing, they could go Quaintance, but I just don't see that being the case. I think they need someone who's a little bit more versatile. I think I'm going to be surprised if it's not Steinbach here, or maybe Cam Carr. Maybe this is Cam Carr's spot, but I think I'm going to be surprised if they don't take Steinbach. Trade Kobe White to the Rockets. I don't think they're trading. If franchise legend and hero Kobe White now after that playing game, there's no way. Kind of been an extremely chalk draft outside of like Merez at 9, huh? Which obviously, Burry's at 10 then going. Happy for Nate Ament. I think this is a good spot for him. Realistic trade spot for Kawhi, Golden State. If the Bulls get Carr at 15, I would like that a lot. If the Bulls get out of here with Carr and Caleb Wilson, they have one of my favorite drafts. Why with the Sixers or Spurs? Yeah, I mean, like anybody ends up with the Spurs, but I do like him with the Sixers. I just don't see a world where that money ends up working out. Carr's not gonna fall to 21 Joyo. I'm gonna be stunned if he falls that far. Pressey likes guys with positional size who can play defense and play make. Yep, and Mara fits the Presti bill. He loves guys that have that feel for the game, and Mara is absolutely that type of player. Is it concern for me that the OKC pages haven't posted him yet? No. Oh, literally 4 seconds ago, the Thunder tweet about him. You probably said already, but who's my number 17 now? Um, put us back on the screen? Okay, we'll put you back on the screen. Let's actually just real quick go over and share the tab for the Hornets pick. I think it's Steinbach. That's my prediction. Yeah, let me get y'all back on the screen. There you go. Welcome back, y'all. Oh, but you're only here till pick 17. Adam Silver is announcing the portions of the Giannis trade on the podium. They do take Steinbach. Okay. I like that pick. Not a lot of picks I haven't really liked so far through this draft. Steinbach is good. No, the Heat are trading Ament to the Bucks as part of the Giannis trade. That's what he was announcing. I like Steinbach going to the Hornets. Makes a lot of sense. What does this mean for iHeart's future? I don't think it means necessarily anything, Mike. Um, like a big is, it takes time for guys to develop, but you want like a safety blanket, and even there's no guarantee a guy ever becomes the starting center next to Chet Holmgren or anything like that. Um, Really, I think it maybe means more for like what could this mean for Sorber. I think I'm going to be shocked. Letting y'all know, it's going to be shocking if iHeart's not back in Oklahoma City. I would be shocked if iHeart is not back on a multi-year deal with the Thunder. But he is, getting closer to 30, and this Thunder core is still really, really young. Like, you want to continue to try and shuffle in guys. I mean, we had Lou Dort, we draft Cason Wallace, who's like he kind of could fit that role someday, and now there's a real shot that Dort ends up gone and Cason takes his spot. Like that's just kind of the circle of life, the cycle. Mara is not going to be ready for like he could be ready to contribute a little bit this year, but in terms of like what iHeart does, it's probably not going to be for like a year, a couple of years, something along those lines, because iHeart's really, really good. Like there is going to be time. So this does mean anything for iHeart imminently. I think it could mean long term that they, maybe like kind of run out of money with Shea, Dub, and Chet's contracts continuing to rise. But I think they're in a really good spot. iHeart may leave for a bag. No one can pay him what the Thunder can pay him. The Thunder are going to pay him probably 25-ish million dollars a year, and no team really has that type of money. Like free agency doesn't really exist all that much anymore. So they're showing a video for Steinbach with Dirk, and it has no audio. Okay. It seems like I couldn't hear Dirk's audio. Could y'all hear the Dirk audio? What's gonna happen with all these fours and fives? I mean, Carlson and Samford, I don't think are like super like staple of the rotation long term guys for the Thunder. Um, I think you see a lot. You continue to see Chet at the four. I feel like you see a lot of Jay Will at the four as well this season. I think you could see a good bit of that. And then it's like a lot of iHeart and Mara at the five, and maybe Sorber as well. I think it's gonna be that combination of guys. Like Chet and Jay Will can play down to the four easily. Jay, one of the Thunder's best lineups in the playoffs this year was Jay Will at the four and Chet at the five. And with Jay Will shooting, popping off the way that it did in the second half of last season, if he can continue to shoot like that, then yeah, I think that's a great like duo to have out there. You like to any team trying to get rebounds over Musa Steinbach? I mean, really, if you really want to talk about a Kalkbrenner Steinbach as that duo, that'd be crazy. How do you think OKC will work in Mara with them wanting to drive a lot more of a lob threat? I think he'll do a lot of what Hartenstein does, where he is definitely that lob threat, but also he's just out in the perimeter setting screens, dribble handoffs. Like, him and Jared McCain running around the screen, pulling up, passes between the legs, a lot of that for Shea. Like, I think we're going to see very similar stuff to the way that the Thunder utilize Hartenstein and how they utilize a Mara. Chet being a full-time four is not my favorite thing. I think our best lineups are Chet at the five. I want to look with a big bruising four next to Chet at the five. I mean, I could see that opinion, and I still think long term there is going to be a lot of Chet at the five down the road. But I mean, you can still run those lineups if you wanna. I mean, I see what you're saying that with wanting a big bruising four. I mean, maybe that's where the Thunder do take like. And Dalen Swain isn't exactly like big for a four. Talking about bruising, like maybe a guy like him. I mean, he's 6'7", 6'8" in shoes. So like he is bruising, but not exactly big the way that you might be talking about. The Thunder didn't get Mara. What would be the next best prospect out of my favorite guys? Cam Carr, Dalen Swain. Those are my two favorite guys. Kind of left on the board in the Thunder's range. I think the Bulls. Let's talk about who the Bulls might take at this point. So Steinbach goes. Uh, Bulls. I don't think they go LeBaron Philon. Um, could be Swain. Could be Kareem Lopez. Could be Cam Carr. My prediction is Cam Carr. Bring back Poku, RIP. RIP Thunder Legend Poku. Like, just in terms of his NBA career, nothing else. He actually won a championship last year. What do you think about the Mavs pick? I like Merez a lot. For the Mavs, I do worry a little bit about shooting of that group, but just in terms of the player that they got, Merez is really, really fun. He is an unbelievable defender, and if that shot comes around and they've got a front court going forward of Cooper Flagg and Merez Johnson with Derek Lively, immediately one of the best defensive front courts in the NBA. You want to talk about defense winning championships? Like that's the kind of thing that Nico Harrison was trying to build very unsuccessfully, obviously, but kind of what he was trying to get going there. Chicago Bulls back on the clock. Probably, I think, going to be Cam Carr. 15th pick in the I almost said NFL draft, in the NBA draft. Dalen Swain to the Bulls. Man, I like Swain a lot. I like it. I like Swain a lot for the Bulls. I think this is a really good pick. I love the Bulls draft. Swain's really good. I would have loved him in Oklahoma City. Does now mean, Cam Carr's still on the board. I'd like Cam Carr. Or LeBaron Filan. Where do the Thunder go? I'm so interested on, like, could they go Bennett Sturts as a guard? Bulls are one of my winners of the draft, if you want to know. Bulls are one of my winners of the draft. They are getting athletic, like physical guys. Bulls are going to be fun, man. I mean, you want to talk about athleticism. Crazy. Man, I'm so hyped about a Dymara. I'm going to be watching a Dymara highlights all night. Too early for Bennett. I think we're kind of getting to his range. I think we're kind of getting to his range, to be honest. Okay, let's go back to the mock draft simulator. So we do get. Did I already put Swain in? Yeah, I put Swain in. Um, so Grizzlies, LeBaron Philon. If you want to talk about a potential replacement for John Morant long term, LeBaron Philon's really good. He's fallen. It kind of felt like he could fall, but I think we're reaching a point where he should probably go at this point. Um, Cam Carr, don't I keep talking about him. Don't hate that idea at all. It could go for like an Ibuka Akori, him, Cream Lopez. I wouldn't hate Cream Lopez here. Alan Graves. Maybe, I don't know. I think Graves falls past this spot. I think Graves could be a Thunder guy at 17. Quains would be good, but that's two bigs. Quaintance, I don't think the medicals are great. And yeah. How do I feel about Nate Ament? I think Nate Ament I like the Bucks. Out of all the landing spots that were rumored for him, I think the Bucks were my favorite. I didn't love him for us at 12 or trading up for Nate Ament. I just feel like he kind of needs some time and some patience, and the Bucks are a team that can more than afford that. So I think that's a really good spot for him to land. Thunder need a forward. I mean, that's where Cam Carr would come in. Need a Judah backup size and length. I mean, again, you're talking to me about Cam Carr. Yeah, Bucks are perfect for Nate Ament. I'll trade Giannis for Kyle Kuzma with less aura. I don't think that's really possible. Trade back for Koa Pete. I don't want Koa Pete. I'm good on Koa Pete. Completely good on Koa Pete. What good wings are left? Phylon's a guard, yeah. Phylon though is good. Um, we're talking Cam Carr is probably my favorite wing left. There's not a lot of wings in this range though. You continue to go down the list. It's a lot of bigs. Like we're kind of starting to get kind of into that spot. All right, Grizzlies are up. Grizzlies are up on the clock. I think it's going to be Phylon. I think this is LeBaron Phylon. If he falls to Thunder at 17, though, I'm not mad. Wow, Bennett Sturts to Memphis. Wow. Wow, Bennett Sturts to Memphis. Bennett Sturts is good. He's good. Thunder trade? Where? From who? Memphis is trading us number 16 for 2 seconds. We're getting 3 rookies? We're getting 3 rookies? I'm I'm cool. Bennett Sturts is good. Bennett Sturts is good. I'm cool with this. I'm cool with this. You want to talk about like a shooter? Uh-oh. Thunder getting 3 rookies? I like Sturts. I'm tweeting out his highlights. Sorry, give me a second, and I can break down him a little bit. He's he's a shooter. He played a lot of minutes. Yes, Bennett Sturts is a bit older. That doesn't really matter to me at all. 3 first round picks. Wow. Okay, so Bennett Sturts is a shooter, really good at operating the pick and roll, ball handler. He's awesome. He's a really good player. He is older. I think he's going to be 24 by the time the season starts. 23. Sorry, he's gonna be 23. He's 22 years old. He's gonna be 23. That is fine with me. This does make things, a little bit more interesting. What happens with like a Nikola Topic potentially, but he is a shooter. He can really operate the offense. I like this a lot. I really like this. If we get Cam Carr now, it's a dream of a draft. Are we still taking 17 or is it really just the 2 seconds? We kept 17? Okay. Jake Fisher is saying that the Thunder gave up 17. So we apparently we did give up 17. So it's Bennett, Sturts, and Adai are the 2 picks. Okay, so this is Memphis's pick now. So the Thunder did give up 17. Okay. We don't keep 17. We don't keep 17. 17 is Memphis. So two rookies, not three rookies. Yeah, 17 is Memphis. Shams in the first tweet didn't put that out there. We talk again about the feel for the game. That Bennett Sturts has that. Does not turn the ball over. Really, really good playmaker. We got Fleet. Why do we get fleeced? We give it 2 seconds to go up a pick. Shams got my hopes up. Yeah, Shams did get my hopes up too. Whoever gets Graves gets the steal of the draft. Graves, I think he'd be really good. Sturts, man, I didn't expect. Did not expect us to take Sturts, but he was someone I did like. He's really, really good. I'm just tweeting out Thunder propaganda. Sorry. Why get Sturts if you have Mitchell already? I mean, clear like you saw what happened to the Thunder this year where they got decimated by injuries. It's always really good to have depth pieces, and it's never bad to have guys like he fits the system really, really well. And like Sooner Ball just said in the chat, he could be the Isaiah Joe replacement. He might just be a shooter who can handle the ball a little bit more, who's better as a playmaker, like does a little bit more of those. Yeah, Topic replacement. I don't know what's gonna. We don't know what's gonna happen with Topic. Like if the Thunder are going to clear up the money of Isaiah Joe, you keep Bennett Sturts in there to be who is he was a ridiculous shooter this season. Like his shooting, how many threes did he put up a game? Let me pull up the exact stats. We're going to take a look at Bennett Sturts stats. Okay, over on Basketball Reference now, or Sports Reference, I guess is what it's called. A lot of ads here. He last year at Iowa played 37 minutes per game, by the way, but he put up 7 threes and shot 36%. On 85% free throw shooter. Those are numbers. Those are numbers. I think he is certainly someone who's going to come in and probably replace um, a little bit of what Isaiah Joe did. I think there's a real shot that Isaiah Joe's gone now. And the Thunder keep getting picks. Including J-Dub as a forward, J-Will, Barnheiser, and Sanford as our lone forwards. I mean, but that's the thing with the Thunder. They always play a little bit like smaller, you know. That's like the Thunder slot guards up. Like Case and Wallace can play the three. I mean, Shea could play the three in a lineup technically. Like he's got that size. I think Kenrich Williams is certainly going to be back. I'm going to be shocked if he's not. Like the Thunder can slot guys up, and the offseason's not over too. Like they could still bring in someone to be a wing guy. Or Abuka Corey goes to Memphis. I have too many tabs up. I gotta find the okay. Shoot this tab instead. I like Abuka Corey a lot for the Grizzlies. Mara and Sturts as guys leading our summer league team, by the way, is gonna be really, really fun. I like Abuka Corey for the Grizzlies. I think this is a good pick for them. Abuka's a bucket. Do you think Dort is gone? I do think so. I think Dort's probably gone. Trade. Pistons are gonna get Abuka Corey. Oh, that's so sick for Detroit. Wow, that's so sick for Detroit. I love the Pistons getting a Buka Corey. Isn't Bennett too small? Bennett's actually 6'4". He's 6'4". I think like a 6'6", 6'7" wingspan. Wemby the only player taller than Mara? Yes. I mean, or like, what's Porzingis' official listed height? 7'2"? Yeah, I guess he's the second tallest player in the league now. Zach Edey also. I don't know if he's technically listed taller than Zach Edey or not. Zach Edey's listed at 7'3", so they're like basically the same. I love the Pistons getting a Buka Corey. All right, how's everyone feel about your draft so far? Hornets back on the clock. Sertz isn't small, but he's not a great athlete. I mean, yeah, he's not a crazy, crazy athlete, but I mean, he's going to be playing mostly the one and the two. It's not like we're going to ask him to play the three or anything like that. And he's got a positive wingspan as well, which helps out. Spurs getting Kareem Lopez. I think I keep feeling like Alan Graves is going to end up there. I think LeBaron Philon is a Raptor. Who are the Hornets going to take? Let's talk about who the Hornets are going to take next because I actually don't have any idea. Okay, so Bennett Stokes went, and then it was at 17. It was Ibuka Corey. Where's Ibuka? Where is Ibuka Corey? Hello? I'm missing him. He's right there. Ibuka Corey, and now we are here for the Hornets. I mean, maybe it is Philon, but they kind of picked up Kobe White. I think it's Cam Carr. This feels like it's probably Cam Carr here, unless they want to take a shot on a Kareem Lopez or a Jaden Quaintance, who for some reason his name is hard for me to say. Christian Anderson. I could see Graves being a Raptor too, Brennan. Carr's not that good. I think Carr is pretty good. I think he's pretty good. Buka Core as a Pistons going to be really fun. They desperately needed some offensive punch at the guard spot to kind of help out Kate Cunningham, and I don't know if he's going to be ready from day one, but shirt link, I don't. I got the shirt a couple years ago. I don't know. My sister got it for me for Christmas, I believe it was. But here's a kind of a look at it. If you just look up like Shea, like it's got like his stats on the bottom from his first MVP season. Like if you look up Shea, I don't know, like hard work shirt. I don't really know how to how to look it up, but yeah, Philon has dropped a lot. I think he's gonna be really good. Walk you through, just got here. If you want to see the draft, let me swap back over. Draft so far is AJ Dybantsa at 1, Darryn Peterson at 2, Cam Boozer at 3, Caleb Wilson at 4, Keaton Wagler at 5, Mikal Brown Jr. at 6, Acuff at 7, Kingston Fleming's at 8, Morez Johnson at 9. That was the first actual like, kind of surprise of the draft. So then Braden Burries goes 10, Yaxel Lendenborg goes 11, Adai goes 12 to the Thunder. You get Nate Ament going number 13 to the Bucks in the Giannis trade. Steinbach goes 14, 15 is Dalen Swain. 16 is actually going to the Thunder. There was a deal where the Thunder and the Grizzlies swap these two picks. Thunder get Bennett Sturts. Grizzlies get Ibuka Corey. They then trade to the Pistons, who actually get Ibuka Corey. There's the draft so far. If the Lakers get Kareem, I might jump for joy. I mean, Kane, that'd be right up your alley, man. Be right up your alley. All right. Hornets are about to make their pick. Carter this yeah. Carter the Spurs would be great. Graves would be great there to the Spurs as well. All right. 18 for the Hornets. My prediction is Cam Carr, I guess. Yo, Christian Anderson. Okay. Okay. Christian Anderson. All right. I like that pick. Maybe the best PNR guy. Maybe the best PNR guy in the draft. I mean, you want to talk about like Kobe White's kind of more the microwave score off the bench. Christian Anderson is the organize the offense guy off the bench. I like him a lot for Charlotte. I feel like a lot of teams have been making just really good picks in this draft. Christian Anderson's really he is a really smart ball handler and operator. Um, yeah, Hornets got a decent looking young core. Steinbach is a good pickup for them too. I like that duo there. I was gonna make like a winners and losers of the draft. I might just have to make like a grading every pick. But the issue is I've kind of liked every pick. There haven't been any picks I haven't really hated so far. Man, Christian Anderson's he's a shooter. Memphis trades were questionable. I don't love them trading back as much as I mean they've picked up a bunch of second round picks. They're just grabbing assets. Clearly, they don't love anybody. I'm just curious who they actually take when they get there. Yeah, it really did feel like Joyo. It was going to be Phylon or Christian Anderson here at this pick for the Raptors, depending on who was available. It feels like it's probably Phylon now. Maybe it's Camp Carr. Maybe they do just want a shooter, but they need some guard play. I think it's probably Phylon. So I'm just trying to break down all the Memphis stuff. Strangest pick so far? Um, Strangest pick? I don't know if there's like really strange picks. I was shocked by Morez at number 9. I was surprised. That defense is gonna be crazy. They're gonna need him to develop a shot. Um, I don't think there's been anything too strange. It's kind of been just a chalk draft so far for the most part. I mean, the Grizzlies are moving kind of strange if you want anything. Like if you want something strange, the Grizzlies are just doing stuff. He saw 6'9", 250 and said sold. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Perez was kind of a Masai pick when you think about CMB last year's draft. Or he was gone pre CMB, wasn't he? I believe they got rid of him pre CMB. I do like Perez for Dallas. I think he's gonna be a good player. Just if we're talking like what was like the whoa moment of the draft so far, it probably is that. I think at this spot, it's gonna be Phylon, I think. Yeah, and there's an NBA photographer that just pulled up and, like, sat down next to Phylon at his table. Came here from this Ross live stream to hear your opinion for OKC. Shout out to my guy, Matt. I like OKC's draft class a lot. Mara at 12 is fantastic value. I thought there was a world where they traded up for him, but he just fell into their lap at 12. I think he's going to be really good. Gives the Thunder some size. He's not going to be the Isaiah Harden replacement from day one, but you give it a couple more years, like, I think there's a real chance the Thunder decline him this offseason and give him like, 2 more years, like 50 million or 2 years, 60 or something like that, and just keep kind of keeping this contract going for a little bit longer. And then like 2028-ish, Mara might be ready to go ahead and take that spot from him as the starter. Chet obviously can play the four. J will can play the four. There is a really good group of bigs there now. Missed the Mar reaction. Don't worry, I might post it on YouTube or something, or I'll kind of break it down more later. Wow, Alan Graves goes to the Raptors. I kind of thought they'd go guard here. I don't hate the pick at all. I just thought they might go guard. They just maintain having like a bunch of front court talent. It does feel very Raptors art. It absolutely does. The Spurs now, I mean, let's go to the list. So they go with Alan Graves. I don't know where he is on this list. They go Alan Graves. I got to take one of my AirPods out because they're gonna start dying. Battery life is not enough for like a 4-hour draft. So I mean, yeah, maybe they go Phylon if they're willing to take a bit of a swing. It could be Kareem Lopez. Um, Cam Carr is still there. If they want a little bit more shooting, maybe grab someone at that wing spot. I don't know if they go Chris Sinak. I don't think they do. I think Sinak feels more like I don't think he goes this high. Joshua Jefferson's too high for. If they just want some shooting, it could be Isaiah Evans. Um, I don't think they go Zuby. Yeah, I don't like we kind of get into the acquaintance if they believe in the medicals at all, but I don't know if they'll go that route. But I mean, if he hits, if Quaintance like hits, that is a crazy defensive duo with Wemby and Quaintance that you could put out there together. Because they probably do need to find more big man help. But I mean, Phylon, like they've got a bunch of guards, but it's never a problem to have too many ball handlers. This really could be anybody. I don't think they go Koa Pete. Isaiah Evans, if they just want the shooting, this could be almost anybody. Maybe Visar. I'm very, very excited. Oh, I don't even think I got to talk about Bennett Sturts, to the guy that said he came over to hear my thoughts on the Thunder's draft. Sturts is awesome. I think he has a real shot to probably be the Isaiah Joe replacement if they want to clear up a little bit more money this offseason. He is Sturts is a shooter. Like he knocked down about 36% on crazy volume. He played a bunch of minutes, like very much conditioned to continuously give effort for the Thunder defensively. He needs to be a little bit better of a defender than he was his last year at Iowa, but also he was asked to do like everything offensively for that team. A really good playmaker, ball handler, turn the ball over only 1.8 times a game while playing 37 minutes and being the primary option there is crazy. Can get in the passing lanes as well, averaged 2 steals the year prior, 1.4 last season. Sturts very much fits the Thunder identity. He gives them more ball handling, more playmaking, really smart player too with the ball in his hands. It's the same thing with a Mara. Like the Thunder just continue to go after guys that have that really good feel for the game. He makes so much sense as a Sam Presti pick. Yeah, I think it probably is one of Kareem Lopez, Carr, or Quaintance here. Joyo. Yeah, Sturts is a real ball handler. And yeah, if we want to talk about guys that don't miss games, Sturts doesn't miss games. Played 35 games the year prior, 37 this past year, playing 40 minutes per game nearly at Drake and 37.7 last year at Iowa. Like he is durable. Zuby, maybe. I could see it being Zuby. That wouldn't shock me. Yeah, I don't see Sanak here. Sanak. Go Sanak. Doesn't feel like his spot. I might do more draft content next year. I kind of got like more and more into the draft this year. Yeah, Sturts, Topic, Mitchell, McCain, Wallace. Like the Thunder have some shooters, some ball handlers. Got a really fun group. Maybe it's Kareem Lopez. Phylon continues to fall, but I just don't know if they're going to take a guard here. I mean, they could. It's not like they, can't take one, but I don't know. I think Phylon is a Grizzly at 21. I think they figured that no one was going to take Phylon the rest of the way, and they decided that they could still get him at 21 while going ahead and grabbing some value. I think that's probably where he goes. I don't think Phylon. I don't think the Spurs go Phylon. My prediction, I think it's Lopez or Carr. The Spurs do love their international guys. I'm gonna go with Kareem Lopez. I think they want a more long-term option, like with some size at that 4 spot, maybe 3 spot. I think they go Kareem Lopez. That's my prediction. Yeah. Oh, this list has a bunch of guys that went back to college. It's not like super updated on Fanspo. Like maybe it could be Zuby. I mean, these guys, all the way down the board here aren't going to go with this spot, but I really wish the draft was still one day. I can't lie, but it's okay. Actually, what time does the draft tomorrow start tomorrow? Is it 8 again? Yeah, 8 p.m. again. Okay, cool. I will not be live for the second round. I gotta take some a day off. Would take a guaranteed $1 million or flip a coin for $50 million? 50 million is so crazy. That's I think you gotta take the 50 mil coin flip. Maybe that's not the way to do it. Maybe that's bad financial advice. And honestly, I think it depends on your situation. But 50 million, like a million isn't enough to hold you down for the rest of your life. 50 million? Yes. And it's a 50-50 shot that I never have to like, worry about money ever again. I think you take the 50 mil. If it was more like 10 mil, then I think you think about it. But $50 million? Trey Young? All right, San Antonio Spurs. They select They do take JQ. Wow. Okay. Big acquaintance. If his medicals work out, if he is good, that's scary. Wow, acquaintance is crazy. If he's good medically, and they are a team that can kinda take their time with a big. Thank you, Gabriel. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for the support. It is a size arms race between the Thunder and the Spurs. And even though Cornette, like, they lost the non-Wemby minutes, you know, by a good bit in the playoffs this year, like, that's always gonna be the case when you have a player like that kinda coming off the court. But Luke Cornette still is a fine backup big. They could try and add somebody if they wanted to. But just regardless, I mean, you can kinda take it slow with Quentin. It's like you don't need him to be impacting the game from day one. The Spurs are already a championship caliber team. So I think this is a good spot for him to go. I didn't know if they take that swing, but they did. Queens goes to the Spurs. I'm going to be shocked if it's not LeBaron Filing to the Grizzlies here. I'm going to be stunned. It's probably going to be LeBaron Filing. Imagine a J-Dub Holmgren, Sorber, Mara Hartenstein lineup. I love that you chose Sorber as the 3 there. Like, LeBaron Fountain's gotta go at some point. Is the guy OKC got from the Grizz any good? Yes. Bennett Starks is really good. Um, he is crazy shooter, ridiculous range. Actually, I mean, we could even I pull up Bennett Starks highlights. I don't know if I'm allowed to on here. I don't know if I'm allowed to. I'm thinking about it. Starks crazy range from him. Really, really smart as a ball handler. Um, Actually, I'll just show you all this one shot. Let me show this tab. Okay. You'll see. All right. Just I'll show you this one shot. Yeah. You want to talk about a shooter? That's a shooter right there. Starts is sick. Love the pick. Also, super efficient ball handler. If you want my opinion, I think he's going to end up being the Isaiah Joe replacement. G Dog, appreciate you with the $5, man. Bet you an OKC during game one against the Spurs at the Empire Pizza line. I remember that. Loving the Sturts pick. Everyone knows he's a great pick and fits our system. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, Sturts, like people are talking about, oh, the Thunder have so many guards. You can never have enough players that can play make, handle the ball, are efficient, good decision makers, and more so shooters. And I do think there's a strong world where Isaiah Joe is gone this offseason to clear up a little bit of money. And you end up bringing in Bennett Sturts as that replacement as someone who can shoot, as a little bit more of that ball handler, of that playmaker. I agree. I absolutely love Bennett Sturts for the Thunder. I think he's a really, really good pick. Appreciate you tuning into the stream, Joyo. What happened to Topic? Will he get PT? He will in some form, but I don't know. I mean, it might just end up being a thing where missing a couple of seasons just kind of costs him his time with the team. I think there's a possibility the Thunder just end up sending him somewhere else. I mean, he'll get play time. The Thunder play, super deep rotations all the time. They were able to find minutes here and there for him, throughout this season. Obviously, not a lot coming off of, just getting over cancer and still his first action coming off the ACL tear. But I don't know. We'll have to see. Thunder always find ways to get guys minutes. Yeah, it's got to be LeBaron Philon here, right? It's got to be LeBaron Philon here. What's my opinion of OKC not getting a traditional forward again? Do we trade for a forward or what happens? I mean, we can continue to play Caruso big. Kaysen plays big. Shea obviously is, big enough to play like at the three spot if we need him to, and we line up with two other guards. It's Kareem Lopez. Wow, Kareem goes to Grizzlies. Wow. Well, Baron Philon keeps falling, and now it's Philly. So who do the Sixers go with? They really need some size. I mean, maybe this is just Cam Carr, but that doesn't really like help their issue of they need someone at the four. Not that you should count on a rookie to play the four for them, but who is going to take LeBaron Philon? Yeah, Cam Carr and Philon dropping. I'm shocked they've both fallen this far. Kareem Lopez, wow, could be fun over there in Memphis. He's only 19. He's got a lot of time to develop and grow as a player. The Grizzlies are in their rebuild. They've got the time to take with him. I think this is a fine pick here. It's not my favorite selection. Just thinking about like I really think they could use some guard play. But I mean, they do still have Ty Jerome. They've got Scottie Pippen Jr. still. Like there are guys that they can utilize to run the offense. And I mean, apparently they just thought Kareem would fall, and clearly he did. So they get some second round draft picks back. Not bad at all. I'm really interested to see how it ends up working though with like him. They've got Aldama still, they've got Zach Edey, they've got Cam Boozer, they've got a lot of guys in that front court. And with Lopez being only 19, of course, you can take the time to let him, develop and kind of figure things out, like really grow as a player. Yeah, Kane, I was thinking about you when Kareem Lopez went here with the Lakers. It was close. It was close. Um, who goes here at 22 to Philly? Hawks up next to you. Hey, Matt, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Yeah, don't need to double dip a guard, but for Phylon, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong. Like Phylon has fallen so far down the board. I don't think there's anything wrong with going Phylon. Um, Kingston Flemings and Phylon. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Just trying to pick up some more juice. Otherwise, for the Hawks, I mean, if Cam Carr doesn't go here, then I think that's a fine spot to go ahead and take him for sure. If they just want some shooting, you could go with an Isaiah Evans. You could go Zuby if you want a little bit more size out there because they didn't go size with their first pick. You kind of get into an interesting range where there are a lot of players who kind of make sense. Like we've reached a spot where almost anybody could go. I mean, they could go Koa Pete if they wanted to. I'm not really a Koa Pete guy by any means, but to me, he almost feels like he's going to end up as a Laker, to be honest, Koa Pete. Um, yeah, like I mean, I don't have any problem double dipping a guard for the Hawks. Like they really could use some more juice and some more scoring. I think there is even a world where you can play Kingston Flemings and LeBaron Filan down the road. Um, did the Thunder give up their second round pick this year? I don't think that was the second round pick in the trade. It wasn't listed by Shams, maybe, but I don't think it was. Um, Thunder up. What are my thoughts on OKC picks? Love them. I'm a big fan of the draft that the Thunder have put together. Talked about this a little bit earlier. Some people think Mara being drafted means that Isaiah Hartenstein is gone for sure. I don't think that's at all the case. Hart is going to play here for a few more years. Then there's a real shot that Mara ends up stepping in and taking that spot as someone in a similar mold to Isaiah Hartenstein, but especially to get him at 12 is awesome. Playmaking feel, rebounder, screen setter, shot blocker is absolutely insane. He's really, really talented. And then beyond him, Bennett Sturts. You want to talk about someone who is really efficient with the ball in his hands, is a knockdown shooter, can play make, and attack guys off the dribble. Like Sturts is a really fun guy to have at that spot as well. I think he's probably going to end up being. There's a shot the Isaiah Joe replacement if they end up trading him away and clearing up a little bit of money. Sturts could be kind of that shooter from day one that can handle the ball a little bit and kind of create the way that Isaiah Joe has done for us at times. So I like the draft a lot. I think the Thunder got two more guys who are really good in terms of their feel for the game. They're really, really talented, and two of the most just straight up productive players in all of college basketball this past season. I feel like this has to be probably Phylon or Cam Carr. And the Hawks should probably just take whoever's left on the board after that. Yeah, two very different, both very, very productive. Sturts and very different ways that they were productive. I think Philly's got. I think Philly goes. I mean, they just traded Jared McCain. I don't know if they're going to go with a guard. I think it's Cam Carr or Zuby. I could see it being Zuby. Maybe Chris Sinak. Maybe could be. Maybe Joshua Jefferson. Pick 22 to the Sixers is. It is LeBaron Phylon to the Sixers. And they just pick up a guard. Trade away McCain. They said, actually, we'll take a little bit of scoring at the guard position. Phylon, I think this could be a steal for Philly. I think this could end up being a huge steal for Philly. Phylon falling this far is surprising, but he's going to be fun. Yeah, I watch baseball, Charlie. Didn't OKC have another first? I mean, we had two, yeah, but that was it. Took two guys. Yeah, 12 and 17 was the guy that we took Sturts at 16 in that trade. I mean, you want to talk about like the fastest backcourts ever? It's gonna be crazy. Maxi and Phylon in the backcourt is crazy. Obviously, VJ come also there too. Um, Man, oh man, Celtics could get Sinak. Yeah, I think the Celtics would probably go go someone with size. I guess the Hawks here probably take Cameron Carr. Yeah, I wish Shams kind of put the pick 17 thing in there. I'm just shocked that Cam Carr's fallen this far. It's crazy. The first round draft is going to end up being over 3 hours. That's crazy. Yeah, I would like Cameron Carr a lot for Atlanta. I'm just talking about them needing like some shooting, play at the wing spot, especially like, I mean, just don't know if I like Reese Shea turning out for them all that much at this point. Kind of just come in and play what role he was supposed to play for them. Zuby was a Nick. Is Zuby getting drafted here? I don't mind Zuby. Yeah, the draft is not very chaotic this year, Pax. It's been a pretty, and I wouldn't say like super chalk. At least it was for the start. It's never going to be chalk by the time you get to the middle, like end of the first round. But yeah, what you're saying. Love it big for the Hawks. Just don't love the options here. I mean, I like Zuby. I think Zuby could be fun here. He's not like crazy size wise. He's what around like 6'8", I think. Remember Reese Shea was neck and neck for rookie or Castle feels like a century ago. Man, Reese Shea had a great end to his rookie season. I really thought year two was gonna be a big breakout. It just didn't end up happening, man. Just didn't end up happening. Um, Zuby Ejiofor has a little bit of shooting in him, nothing crazy, but he can. He's really physical. I think he could end up being like a J Wall type, the way that he is for the Thunder. Could see Sanak, but Sanak's such an interesting player. I mean, he's just like a physical like specimen, but is not like it feels like there's still a lot of room where he needs to grow. Not the Hawks like trying to compete tomorrow or anything like that, but I don't know. I want Westbrook in the Thunder locker room on a vet min. I mean, I don't know. I love Russ, but the issue we just don't have any space for Russ. It doesn't make sense. What was my reaction to Adai? I was excited. Adai is a really solid pickup. He's someone that is going to, I think, probably be the Hartenstein replacement in a few years. It's not going to happen anytime, within the next year, 2, 3, um, maybe 3. Could see it like 20, 28, 29. My brother's asking about LeBaron Philon, so I kind of got to film it. I'm texting him real quick. Are you saying Reese Shea is a bust? I'm never ready to say someone's a bust after 2 years. I don't know. It's not. It was not a good year too. But obviously, there's players that have sophomore slumps all the time. Pick 23. The Hawks go. They go Zuby. I like them picking up Zuby. Yeah, I mean he can play make, he can score a little bit, he can rebound, he's physical. Little bit of like that tweener kind of thing. He's like right around 6'8". Um, but I think there's a world where he ends up. I think actually you said on the broadcast as like a Josh Hart kind of player who can do a little bit of everything. I think Zuby is really really interesting. Also reminds me a little bit of CMB from last year. Not saying he's like exactly the same mold, but he's like kind of that tweener a little bit. But he's someone I think could just play really productive basketball from maybe even day one. So I like the Zuby pickup for the Hawks. They needed some size. If it wasn't going to be Mara at number 8, they were going to have to pick up some size later after taking Kingston Flemings most likely, and they get a guy who I think is going to be really really solid. Why is Cam Carr dropping? I don't know. I mean, I think there's a real shot where the Knicks take him. If Cam Carr is there for the Lakers at 25, they should take him. I think the Knicks, the Lakers, the Nuggets could all really benefit from him. Yeah, shout out to Thunder legend Aaron Wiggins, now Hawks legend as well. The Lakers are trading for this pick from the Knicks. They literally just swap picks. So Lakers are trading up here. I mean, this feels like it has to be. Let's switch over to the prospects tab. Phylon goes. Feels like it probably has to be Cam Carr, Chris Sinak, maybe Koa Pete, um, maybe Joshua Jefferson. Yeah, Matt, I'm devastated to see Aaron Wiggins off the Thunder, but I'm really excited for you and Hawks fans. Like he's going to be a really fun player over there. A bigger role, more consistent minutes. I think we'll get in a bit of a better rhythm. Luka 25 or 24. Yeah. Wiggs is going to be awesome as a Hawk. He's going to have a really good season over there. I think I feel like the Lakers need a big, but Cam Carr is right there. Cam Carr's right there. Life, death, and the Hawks drafting 6'9" centers. What's gonna happen to Topic? I don't know. Let's see. They got Spike Lee sitting there with the Larry O'Brien trophy, and the Hawks aren't even, or the Knicks aren't even gonna make a pick. That's devastating. Poor Spike. Poor Spike. I think Wiggins could be a contender for most improved or six man. I could see six man. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to say most improved because the Hawks have a lot of guys that can get minutes and contribute. Let me go ahead and put in the Hawks pick real quick in this mock draft. The Knicks take Terrace Reed. Could see it if they. That is, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't think Wiggins ever starts for the Hawks. All right, Lakers pick. Lakers. Who are they getting? Cam Carr to the Lakers. I like that a lot. I like him a lot for the Lakers. I'm a huge fan of Cam Carr, one of my favorite prospects in the class. Um, he's a shooter. He is a shooter. And the Lakers need guys that can shoot, space the floor around Luka Doncic. He's really good. He is an athlete as well. I like Cam Carr a lot. Like Cam Carr a lot. Don't like the fit in the Lakers. How come? He's really athletic. They needed athleticism. You saw against the Thunder that they could kind of use some athletes. Shot maker, like he's a knockdown shooter. He's got length. Cam Carr is really fun. He had that huge that game at the combine was crazy as well. Like he is the defense is something that's gonna have to come along. That I guess could be a concern. Like he's not exactly this crazy defensive stopper, but in terms of just adding someone that can shoot, and I do think has the room to grow into a defensive player, he's gonna be fun. Yeah, I think Cam Carr gets minutes right away. I think from pretty much day one, Cam Carr is a contributor. Cam Carr's not he is not at all the same archetype as Adu Tierra, not at all the same archetype. Nor Maxwell Lewis. Maxwell Lewis is more an upside swing. I think Cam Carr is a much more established piece. Knicks are considering trading out of pick 25 or back down. Yeah, I mean, Carr is going to be good. I like Carr a lot. Carr was genuinely a prospect that I really like for the Thunder at like 17, and it felt like he could even go up to like 12. The Knicks, they kind of just, I wouldn't even hate like Isaiah Evans for the Knicks. Yeah, Sturts is sick, Sooner Ball. Sturts is so sick. I saw someone on Twitter call him a supercomputer, and that's kind of just what he is. Like a really, really good processor. I'm interested to see what else the Lakers do this offseason. This has been such a long such a long draft. Do I think Brunson's the best current American player? Um, I don't know. He's in that conversation, but I lean depending on Jason Tatum looks when he gets healthy. Anthony Edwards is in that convo. I'd say currently right now, probably yeah, but I do think Anthony Edwards and Jason Tatum, Kate Cunningham all have strong arguments for that title. Let's press his hit rate on drafting wings and forwards versus guards and centers. I mean, the Thunder don't really draft centers all that much. Like Chet's kind of like one of the only guys. I mean, Steven Adams was a hit. Everything else, forwards. I mean, J Dub was obviously a huge hit. AJ was a big time hit. Dort was, of course, undrafted. It's like so. I mean, it's kind of like it's just like Giddy. I guess you could argue whether or not that was a hit. I mean, he's a borderline All Star guy now for Chicago, and he got the Thunder Alex Caruso in the first place. So you can argue kind of whether he was a big hit or not. But like Jay Will is was a hit. We don't really know about Sorber or Topic, of course. It's too early to really know. But we're almost out of here, y'all. We're announcing all the picks. We know. I need this to wrap up the first round. I'm exhausted. There's a chance I don't finish this out, y'all. I can't lie. I'm getting really tired and also really hungry. I mean, I ate pre like this, but it was like 3 hours ago and it was something small. Oh, the Knicks go Sergio. Okay. So he's gonna be draft and stash possibly. So Sergio is probably gonna be draft and stash for the Knicks, which makes sense. Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really know a lot about Sergio. Very limited stuff because he didn't really. Um, again, I think draft and stash is a real possibility for him. But from the stuff that I know, I mean, interesting. Yeah, yeah, it was fine during the parade. New York City was fine. It's fine. All right. So we are down to the final few picks of the first round. We got Nuggets, Celtics, Wolves, Cavs, Mavs. Oh, geez. I can't lie. I might call it, y'all. We made it within 5 picks at the end of the first round, but I'm really, really tired. I'm still going to make a video tonight talking about the first round of the NBA draft. I got to make some reaction like TikToks to the Thunder's draft specifically. I might go ahead and wrap here. If you want to hear my thoughts, like I'm probably going to still tweet about the rest of the draft to go ahead and wrap it up with these final few picks. There will be a full video coming out tomorrow recapping the first round of the NBA, or I guess not really, I guess tomorrow, but like tonight, basically, like as soon as I wrap this up, I'm going to go ahead and record that video giving my thoughts on basically every single pick and how I feel about it, winners and losers kind of situation. So, yeah, that's kind of it for me here. I think there will be more streams coming throughout the summer. I said it before, I've said like every year, but I promise this time. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. Stayed at over 100 viewers the entire time after 3 hours and 13 minutes of streaming the draft is insane. But yeah, appreciate y'all tuning in. I will see y'all at this video, and again, I'll be streaming at some point here soon. But I appreciate y'all and yeah, take care. Have a good rest of your night.